Nah, if I was going to prison, I would shave this in a heartbeat. There's no way I'm keeping this mustache in prison. That's just asking for, just like wearing a slutty dress if you're a chick. Like, you want it at that point. Can't do it.
And here we go.
You want to be like? Sensitivity equals fucking poverty.
Insensitive Culture, the podcast. Check it out, homie.
Everyone, welcome to episode 120 of Insensitive Culture. You should know me.
So what?
You know him.
And that fool Blazer, Ramon.
On the other end, as always. And we are
Insensitive Culture, the podcast. Make sure you check it out, homie.
Rejoice, bitches. Rejoice. We made it to 120.
120.
Episode 120. I feel like these episodes are now really flying through. I always say it, but they're just like flying, bro.
Yeah.
We need to do another power hour. It's been a long time. We haven't done it since the Ricky and Devo episode at the cabin. That was the last time we did it. And that was a Joyce suggestion. So shout out to Joyce.
Sure was.
Shout out to Joyce on that.
Again.
But we need to do it.
To my baby mama.
For those of you who are not familiar, since it's been so long since we've done that, our Power Hour episode is when you would drink along with us while listening to the podcast. And every time you hear drink, you had to drink while we just converse and keep the show going. But we are drinking along with you, and we get pretty fucked up.
I got to go back and listen to some of those episodes. That'd be just the two that we did anyway.
I think those were the
see how they
episodes.
Are we doing like every 60 seconds?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, motherfucker. That was rough.
I would hear that noise. Like, it still gives me like PTSD when I hear the drink. I'm like, oh shit.
We'd miss it.
Drinking.
We'd like miss it.
Oh, yeah. 100%. I think we only made it
PTSD in
like
a good
20
way.
minutes.
Yeah. But it was a great time.
On point.
And I think it was so long ago that we didn't even fully have like the segments or anything like that. That's how long ago it was, and we need to bring that back. This time though, we chug hot sauce. No, I'm just fucking around. I'm not doing that.
Fuck that.
Let's eat some more wings though. I'll fuck with that.
Yeah, we should do another wings episode. That shit was fun. Mm-hmm. Yo, I've been actually. Matter of fact, I went out with my guys not too long ago, and I was proud of myself because I ordered the ghost wings. And normally, prior to me doing the one chip challenge, us doing hot ones, I didn't shy away from anything like spicy. Mm-hmm. But if something was labeled ghost, death wings, anything like that, nah, I'm not doing it.
Right.
But with everything that we've done, my tolerance, I feel like my tolerance,
all our tolerances have gone up 100%.
I don't even know if my tolerance has gone up, but I found out that I've had a better tolerance than most when it comes to heat.
My default hot sauce went from like the Frank's Louisiana to the Los Calientes, like the number, I don't remember what number that was on the hot one scale, but like, and that's pretty, like my lips are numb after that shit still. And like, that's like what I need now. I'm like a junkie. Like I chase in that first.
Yeah. I went
hot
through,
sauce high I can't catch it.
I went through a dozen. I ordered 6. They gave me a dozen, bro.
Bothering people for fucking hot sauce.
Yo, you got some Calientes?
I ordered 6. They gave me a dozen. Minus like, you know, because obviously I was with a group and they were just like, oh, he ordered the ghost. Like, you mind if I grab one? You know, it was like.
Oh, I'd be like, yeah, you got 250.
Like 2 or 3 people.
Them shits are expensive as a motherfucker.
It was like 2 or 3 people was like, you might not. Like, go ahead. I mean, I was counting on 6. You know what I mean? So with the 12, and I pounded through them and I had no issues. So I was proud of myself.
Got to eat them quick. Once you stop and that shit starts sinking in, that's when it gets hot.
Ah, man, you just rough through it. I think it was, I really think it was the time I did the video with the 6 nuggets and the last 4
dab sauce, right?
No, it was all of them. It was the last 4 sauces. I mixed them all up, and they were
smorgasbord.
They were thick. that
4
coating,
C's.
that coding was thick.
Yeah.
After the first
You were
one, I was
tripping on
like,
that one.
what
Yeah,
the fuck did I do this
That was
for?
probably the worst, worse than the chip or any of those, dude. That was pretty
And
hardcore.
I felt accomplished because I know other people that do those type of challenges, like the heat challenges.
Yeah.
And they do the hiccups and like have all these issues where they're like where they're just like fighting, throwing up.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, fuck, this is hot.
And
like
it's
it sucks.
uncomfortable,
Like it's
but you're
uncomfortable,
not
but it's like,
dying.
oh fuck.
Yeah.
And then it goes away and you're fine. Whatever. Next day sucks though.
Right.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
What are you going to do? Before we get into the questions, I actually had a quick I had a question for y'all. More so who would win scenario.
Correct.
But Danny brought this up to my attention and he asked me and I came up with a thought, but I figured, I don't know, it might be a debate, but it might be a clean sweep here. But who would win in a fight to the death? Darth Vader or Magneto? I say Darth Vader.
After watching Vader and Obi-Wan, the way he's fucking shit up like he was,
Yeah.
like I don't think I realized how powerful Vader was. And I mean, I
True,
know
true.
that
I think a lot of
Magneto
people are the
controls
same way.
the metals, but like Vader controls whatever he wants. If I'm not like using the Force, like the strength, and he held a fucking plane. Like, spoiler alert, I'm sorry for Obi-Wan, but like that was insane. Like I literally, like I told you guys, I
it's
thought
trying to take off of the shit. He
everyone
was just pulling it back.
I thought
with
everyone
his-
was
with his
dead. He
mind.
started pulling it apart, bro. I don't think I've ever seen strength like that. Like Magneto aside, I have to go Vader. I gotta.
I mean, Ray did it, right?
Yeah, right? Yeah.
You've seen
Oh,
it before.
Yeah, I mean,
But
I
Not
guess.
from
timeline-wise.
Vader. Not from
Right.
Vader.
Yeah. No, for sure.
I'll take
and
Ray.
still,
I'll take Ray over
I
Magneto
don't think
too.
Ray didn't yank it back down and slam
Right.
it to the ground and then rip out the wall the way he did.
Okay, I'll take Magneto over Ray.
Yeah, nah. Magneto over Ray, but I think Vader over Magneto.
Yeah,
Vader just seems like
I
an
agree
OG.
because unless like Magneto, I think would hurt him. He would be in pain, but unless Magneto like officially kills him, and if his mind is intact, he will absolutely crush Magneto.
If Magneto controls metal, like I'm sure like Vader has metal like reconstructed, like 'cause
He
he's
does.
robust. So, like
he
I mean,
does.
if Magneto just like
All his
like
limbs are
just
metal.
pulled that shit
Yeah.
apart, bro, he's dead, right?
Pretty much
Like,
his limbs are but that's my point. His limbs are metal, but unless he puts something through his brain, at like physically like killing him. And
So you're saying just like a torso, Vader's
Just like a-
torso without
Oh
arms
yeah,
and legs
Vader with the
could
nubs
fuck up,
is still controlling.
he's still
Force,
yeah,
right, he's
he's
still
still
got
controlling
that-
the Force. He would
he
fuck him
doesn't
up with his
need the
mind.
he doesn't
limbs.
need the fingers.
right.
Nah.
It doesn't. The Force doesn't come from the fingers, Johnny. Come on.
This is for effect,
Right.
Right.
but he doesn't actually need that.
I don't know. I think Grogu.
I mean,
needs
Yoda's
that.
only got 3 of them, right?
little digits.
Yeah.
So, ET fingers.
And not only that, but didn't what's his name? Now my brain sucks. But
Does.
was it Palpatine? Didn't he kill what's her name? Padme?
Bad name. I don't
Didn't
know.
he kill her with the Force?
Is that
Pretty
how
much
she got
that's
murked.
That's
That
how
sounds
she
He
like
died on the.
She was like
died
in
on the
birth.
table.
Was she in birth?
She died
at
at
birth.
She died. Yeah, she died at birth. But he was draining her as well because he knew that killing her would bring Anakin
Like
completely
remotely?
to
Dark
the
side.
yeah
He was killing
to
her?
the dark
Oh, I
side.
didn't-
He was
I
like
didn't even
IT
realize
support, just murking her remotely. Like, I'm gonna just, can you go to www.imamerkyou.com? I'm gonna just kill you real quick.
that. Remote desktop.
Just allow that, give it permission.
That's
to
that's
install.
one of the theories, apparently,
That
he was
I
actually killing her
follow
because
that.
that would bring Anakin to the dark side,
Sure would.
and
Sure did. We know how that
so
ended.
he was draining her life force as she was giving birth, for that result.
Word.
Fuck it, I'll let that pass.
Yeah.
I'll accept that.
I'll let it go.
Sounds good.
I buy it.
I see no reason that it, you know.
Not gonna
I'm not
die on
staring
that
at
hill.
the movie right now. If I was watching it, I'd be like,
Well, 13 seconds passed after this scene.
Trump's the entire thing, you know?
right.
But I'm a Star Wars fan, so I hate all of it. So.
That's why I hate Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan is crap, but I also love him. So, you know, whatever. Yo, Star Wars fans are the worst.
yeah, they
I
are.
think they're the most toxic, right?
Yo, so bad. So bad, especially on Twitter. It's the worst. All right. You know what time it is now.
I love it.
It needs some fine tuning, but it works.
He made it
I
happen
love
mad
it.
quick.
Go ahead, Dave.
70s porn music with the porn stash.
It works, right? It fucks.
Absolutely.
All right, so y'all have probably been seeing like on Instagram, TikTok, and shit, like those videos of people that like get in a car wreck and there's like the song that plays on the radio after they're dead. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if you guys were rolling around, God forbid something happened, you died in an accident, ambulances, everyone rolls up on the scene. What's playing in y'all's whip?
Oh, man, a podcast.
what are you, is it a so you're
It'd be
just
a
your shit's
podcast
blown
for
out.
me.
You're laying on the shit all fucked up, and it's like Joe Rogan.
More than likely, it's probably like Joe Budden podcast
Joe
or some
Budden.
shit. Yeah.
Oh man!
But if we have to pick music, I guess.
no, you don't have to pick music. I just want to know what would be playing. When
That's
the
what I.
paramedics-
That's what I listen to.
Can somebody turn this fucking podcast off?
Yeah, that's what I listen to heavy when I'm driving around. It's just podcasts.
doubt.
If it's now and I am listening to music because it's been happening a lot more lately, it would actually be Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny. That's dope death music, I guess.
I'd be having I was having a great time before that shit happened. Yeah.
Not that great if you're.
I mean,
shit.
no, I was having a great time up
Too
to that
great.
point.
Right.
Yeah, if it was some like R&B or some shit like that, then I was going through it and I was just trying to find some music to fuck with my, like, to match my vibe kind of thing. But for the most part, I never really do that. It's Bad Bunny at this point, some sort
Bad
of
Bunny or a podcast.
upbeat, some sort of upbeat music or podcast.
Yeah.
What about you, John? Are you a podcast guy when you're whipping around? If you're whipping around, yeah.
Yeah. I would say
like,
I'm not trying to like copy walk, but it's very similar. It would probably either be a podcast, but that podcast would be like some nerd tech podcast, like accidental tech podcast or some shit. And like people would roll up on me and be like, some dude's talking about RAM and a MacBook Pro.
Right.
Like, what the fuck?
Well,
is
there's a
this
new
bullshit?
M2 chip, and they're scraping your
Yeah.
shit off of the fucking whip.
Exactly. That would be so embarrassing that's.
Not your
There's
problem.
many times that I like pull up somewhere
And you turn that shit down?
and I turn the shit down because now I'm no longer on the highway. I'm in
shit.
the city now, and
People
I'm
could
like,
hear
"Let me
this."
Roll this shit down. People need to know how nerdy I am. And if not that, then yeah, it would be like maybe not specifically Bad Bunny, but it would definitely be like one of the reggaeton playlists from Apple Music.
Yeah, same. I need to listen to more of the curated
Or
ones.
if it's not that, then I'm gonna go with Dua Lipa.
Ooh, that's what I want to be found to. I want to be found to do.
Really?
What if you now? What if your shit rolled over
I
and
need
like
that
you're,
pause button. I
you're-
didn't make the pause button.
you never
but I
made
need
it.
that
You got
one.
the questions.
I know.
What if like you were like gasping for your last breath and something kind of whack was on? Would you reach up and just like change it just to like so it wasn't or like pause your podcast or anything to make it less? Would that be on your mind at all? you
Probably
think?
not at all.
Like no, don't let
I
him know.
might pause it. Yeah, I might pause it. If it was like a shitty ass song, like a song I really hate, I was like,
Yeah.
I can't die to this song,
can't
man.
That's it.
Like especially if it's on like shuffle or some shit, and like
You just hitting next
don't
until
know.
you die.
And then you don't find nothing. It ends up on some wag ass shit.
I'm like yelling at the paramedics, like change the song.
Change it.
Change it.
If you let me die to
Can't
this
die
song, I'm
listening
gonna
to Harry
fucking haunt you.
Styles.
Oh man, just don't die listening to the new Drake album. You'll be fine.
Oh my God, I might die listening to the new Drake album.
Oh man, I think I not to get to that, but I think I'm not rich enough to enjoy that album or some shit.
It's a rich people album.
Like I need to be a person that's just constantly on a boat, on a beach, and in
That's
those.
that's 100% the whole vibe of the album.
Word.
Is like boat music.
And
but I was also telling Joyce, like it's not like boat music. Like the thing about it is like typically like boat music. Like obviously I don't own a boat, but I've rented many. And a lot of times boat music is like music that you don't pay attention to. It just plays in the background. And you don't really care. It's like a good vibe, but you're not listening to the song. You're not singing
Getting
along
hype
with any
off
of the
of
words
it or anything.
Nah, not at all. It's just background music. This whole album is background music.
Yeah.
Damn, that's
Which,
harsh.
You know, that's a vibe for some people, you know. My boy used to make music like that, like all the time. He just made house beats and house music that was elevator music.
That's weird to
fucking-
me, to put everything that you have, or at least like your passion, is just something that like people don't really notice. You're like, I want this to sort of
know what?
float in the background and nobody gives a shit about it. Like that's how you
Right.
know it's dope if they don't pay attention
Well,
to it. And
I don't
they
know.
don't
I used
give
to
a
tell
shit.
him. Well, he said that people used to say that shit a lot to him. Like, yo, this shit sounds like some shit that plays at the bar when I'm like, you know, chilling on the rooftop or some shit, you know, like, and it's just playing in the background. I don't know what the song is, but it's like playing when I'm in the lounge or some shit, or I'll like study to this type of music or stuff like that. And he would be like, he wouldn't be turned off by it, but also he wouldn't be hyped by that. You know what I mean? Like he'd be kind of like, yeah, I mean, I guess you're at least acknowledging that it's good enough to be alongside all that other music that plays in lounges.
That's like-
but you're also like not saying that shit is fire. And I want to hear this shit all day long.
That's like someone coming up to any one of us and being like, "Hey, you're Wok, right? You have a podcast." And you're like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Yeah, you do have a podcast." And then they just move on with the conversation. Like they acknowledge that you had a podcast, but they don't.
Oh, you mean
it's
Like,
not
I got a
dope.
haircut to your podcast.
You mean every conversation that I have about my podcast?
We're the house music of podcasts.
Nah. Nah, man. Very select, very select people that I know that really fuck with me listen to the podcast off of the strength of, and they'll admit at first they started listening to it because I'm their boy, and you know, and they're helping out or whatever, looking out for that. But then quickly, like they just say, well, now it's like, damn, I don't even think like, yo, this is Wok, this is Johnny, and this is Dave. But
Like it's
other
a show.
than this is just like another one of the shows on my rotation.
I like that.
And that's dope.
Oh, that is dope.
So
That's
even
a vibe.
yeah,
That is.
and
It's a
most people who do say, "Oh yeah, you have that podcast," blah, blah. And most people still say like, "Oh yeah, you have that podcast, yo. You were interviewing people, yo, that's dope." Blah blah blah. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I haven't released an episode for that in over a year, bro. Like
They remember it
goes to
though,
show.
so that's even more impressive that they remember it. You haven't even dropped
Right.
any new shit in a minute, son.
But I'm just saying,
I
like,
can
no,
tell
it's,
you're an avid listener.
no, it's yeah. That's where yeah. I've seen that you've posted some sort of promotion for your podcast. So and you know, that's what's up. Like that's it. That's really it. A few people have said like, yeah, are you still doing the podcast? Because I haven't seen you post anything. Yeah, that's because I don't have Facebook.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're better than me. I get it.
Oh man.
Yes, I am.
Which, by the way, I'm happy. I'm so happy. I don't have Facebook
Isn't that good?
anymore.
That's
yeah.
it's freeing.
Yeah.
It's like
For some
quitting a
reason,
job that you hate.
I'm less angry nowadays because of that.
Not
So-
fully not angry, but
No.
less
Oh
angry,
no.
for
No.
sure.
Yeah. Just I don't let like Twitter. I don't give
Yeah.
a fuck about. You know, with Facebook, it was the people that were posting it. I knew them.
Yeah.
And that made me even
That's what
more
makes
angry.
it weird. That's what makes it weird is when you know those people.
Yeah, it's just like, yo, stop putting yourself out there. Stop acting a fool.
Are you ready for the next question?
Go for it.
Would you rather have your balls permanently stuck to your leg or permanent swamp ass?
Like fused?
I mean, you could
Just
peel
like-
it,
or
but it's just gonna
permanently stuck
if you peel it, it's
by
re-sticking
sweat.
like a magnet.
Yeah,
Think of
yeah,
it like a magnet. Like it's gonna pop right to you back to your leg.
It's always sweaty. Your balls are always just stuck to your leg
It's so shitty.
from the sweat.
I feel like
I hate these.
that's
Yeah,
why
I
we
agree.
like asking them because they're so shitty.
I would honestly, I mean,
Ball-
they
it's
both,
gotta
they
be
both
balls.
fucking suck.
Balls leg.
Yeah, I would have to go with balls leg.
You would just get used to it at some
swamp
point. I would
ass
imagine.
is the worst, bro. That shit just like
Then you got to worry about like leaving a swamp ass spot like wherever you're sitting. 'Cause I remember seeing like seats in school, like desks that had like damp areas because there was just some sweaty asses in school, and there was no AC in my school, at least like on the floors that I was on, bro. Like there was legit swamp ass, and I remember
man,
calling
that's
people
gross.
out and being like, "Yo, this shit swampy as a
swamp,
motherfucker."
swamp ass is just disgusting. And like your balls getting stuck to your leg, that's uncomfortable for you, but
But it feels good to peel them. So you get to peel them all the time. Because when you pull your balls, even though they're going to go right back and stick to your leg, magnet style,
yeah.
it still does feel good to just peel
You
your
have a
balls.
good pair of
balls.
if you have a if you have a good pair of like boxers,
Yeah.
like the what are they called? The because they have boxers and then they have the briefs.
Boxer briefs?
Boxer briefs.
Boxer briefs,
If you
yeah.
have a good pair of boxer briefs, you can fight that. There's one that actually like there's a pair
the
of
ball
boxer
tuck
briefs.
one?
Yeah, the what?
The ball tuck one?
Where it's got the ball
The one
pouch.
where you,
Yeah,
it's
where it
got
has like a little pouch for
your
them.
balls.
Yo.
That seems weird to me. I would feel like
does
my
seem
balls are
weird.
being
Yeah, I
cupped.
don't know if I could do that.
That does seem weird. However, if that is my problem, I would 1000% try that.
But my balls are too comfy right now.
They're just nestled away in their own little compartment, and you know the sweat underneath it would more so be, you know, there'd be a separation between your leg.
When you guys
what
peel,
if-
when you guys peel your
If the
balls,
sweat pours through.
Yeah, I mean it's inevitable. I think if you're talking about that.
the ball peel technique. Do you guys do like one finger? You like pull it back through your jeans, or do you do the leg swing out where the leg?
Oh no,
unsticks
it's the
it, or
it
how do
has
you-
to be the inconspicuous. I have my hand in my pocket. I'm
Oh, so you
I'm
use
holding
the
on-
fingers through the pocket to unstick
through the
balls.
Like
through
I have. Is anyone listening? Like, is anyone looking at me? You
I'm
grab.
just looking for my phone. I
You
don't
grab
know.
the ball sack from the left side, and then you kind of
pull.
Yeah, you
gotta
pull,
pull it.
and you kind of dip a little bit. And you just like
But what if you're What if you're not sitting? You still same thing? You just walking.
yeah, you gotta
hand-
try to
hand in the
try to
pocket?
separate it that way.
I'll do the leg swing depending on where I am. I'll try and just do the wide step just to get a little. It depends how stuck it is, because if it's really on there, you need to pull it.
You're just doing a
I'll
lunge
go
mid-walk.
right over the pants, just grab the balls and pull them up. Like, what the fuck are you doing, balls?
Yeah,
just-
I'm turning old, so
They're a little lower these days.
Nah, I don't give a fuck no more. I'm just like, fuck everybody. I'll just put my hands right down my pants.
Whoa,
both
Al
hands.
Bundy? You Al Bundy it in public,
One
bro?
hand, full grip, grab them, move them, readjust. Let's keep going.
Nah, man, that's how you know.
Wait,
this-
so you
that's how
go-
you know
you
Johnny
go-
has money.
You go hand to ball in public, like hand to direct ball?
No,
You don't even go
well,
over your
no, that's
boxers,
the
bro?
pocket, bro. Over
Through
the
the
boxers.
pocket.
Yeah, over
the pocket.
boxers.
Okay, that's. You made it sound like you were going full on. Like, I don't give a fuck in public. I'm going down the front.
not the pocket. I'm saying I go down the front of my pants, Al Bundy style.
Yep.
But not in my drawers.
Okay, he's
if
in
I'm
between the
public.
pants and the drawers. Okay.
Yeah.
I got you. I thought he was going just hand on skin ball in public, peeling
Nah,
it off.
That's at home.
That's wild.
Don't shake my hand if you're at home because
He
you
said-
don't know
he
when's the
said-
last time I washed.
That's a pro tip.
He's saying that it's because he's older. Nah, I think that's a I got money, man. I don't give a fuck about y'all.
I got
Kinda
ball.
thing,
I
like-
got ball peeling money. I aspire to be.
Ball-peeling money.
I aspire. Fuck
Yeah.
buying everything at Dunkin'.
I think if you
I
start
want
making
ball peeling money.
I'm not saying you're a millionaire or nothing like that, but I'm just saying, like, if you when you're
comfortable, you can peel your balls
When you're
however you
comfortable,
want.
you're like, I don't give a fuck.
Stupidest shit I've ever heard.
I don't give a fuck.
Ball peeling money. Okay.
Nah, it's
I
not
feel
even you're thinking too much about the ball peeling or
That's literally what we're talking
no.
about. the
I'm
ball
I'm
peeling.
talking about you start doing things when you are more comfortable in life in general. You just start doing shit that's more on the side of fuck people. Fuck
Like
people.
peeling
Fuck
your
what
balls.
they
But
think.
my comfort is the comfort has nothing to do with the
ball
bread.
peels,
It's
yeah.
more like I'm married many years. I've been with my girl for many years. We
Mm-hmm.
mad comfortable. I don't give a fuck about nobody around me.
Not trying to
I'm
smash.
I'm not doing that shit in places where it's
Right.
gonna affect my money.
Right.
You know,
He's at work in a meeting and he's like, "Yeah, I'll just go hand over the
I
box.
do that in a meeting.
It's over the boxers, guys. Don't worry,
Yo,
it's all good."
Yeah, it's just I just gotta readjust real quick. Anyways, what you don't like it? Fuck y'all.
Yo.
I don't give a fuck. You want to buy this shit or not?
Yo, I had a manager. This reminded me.
Of ball peeling.
I had a manager at the fruit stand. We were on a one-on-one, right?
God.
We were on a one-on-one.
Oh, that sounds bad.
He had on like basketball shorts, right? My man, he was just chilling, like yo, we were just chilling, right? We were talking, whatever, and you know how in the mall there's those couches. That's where we were, and he did one of those moves where mid talk, right? He does that, and then he
did the Sharon Stone basic instinct.
No.
He fucking
Listen. He did a ball move, like
A ball
but he
move,
thought
okay.
he thought he was slick, right? Now
Yeah,
Didn't get
he
it
did the
past
ball
all
move.
walk.
I didn't bring it up.
You called him
right?
out?
Nah, I didn't call him out. I'm
Bumblebee
cool enough
tuna.
to where I could have called him out. I'm like with him.
Yeah.
Called him or he did the ball move, whatever, and then quickly was just like, yeah, so
He did a ball sniff. He gave it a little sniff for
man, I
real.
was and I just sat there and I'm just like, in my head, I'm like, this motherfucker really just do that?
Smell his
Grab
ball.
his bolas.
You just
right in
can't-
front of
And
me.
then sniffed it
And
on
then
a
smelled
one-on-one.
him.
It's compulsive.
Smelled
You
them.
can't help
He
it, I
smelled them.
guess. That's
Yeah.
it's like this was a good one-on-one talk, Alex. And
Yeah.
You shook your hand real firmly. This ball cheese.
He did, but luckily it was with the other hand.
Fist bump.
It was with the other
No,
hand.
I don't want a fist bump,
Yeah,
dog.
no.
Keep your shit away from me. That's
Yeah.
disgusting.
Oh man, good stories.
Ugh. Nah.
Good stories.
Great
Good
story.
times. Good times.
Good times.
Okay.
And these are the people that are, leading me into a brighter future with the company. So
A
All
stinkier
right,
future for sure. Ball cheese. Gross.
Famunda.
Would you rather everyone in your girlfriend's office want to fuck her or nobody want to fuck her?
I'd rather they want to fuck her as long as they can't.
As long as they can.
Because if they want to fuck her, that means she's dope. She's fire. I honestly, I always think that because my girl is beautiful. She's a beautiful woman. So I always just assume like, yeah, anybody she works with, any guy or whatever, girl,
Like,
whatever.
you don't want to fuck my girl? What the fuck's wrong with
yeah,
you?
what the like? You don't want to.
What
What the fuck is
your
wrong with
fucking
my girl?
problem?
You don't want to fuck my girl.
She's not hot enough for you or what?
Yeah.
These fucking tits. And you fucking smash your tits around. Like, hey, fuck's wrong with these? You don't like
Yeah,
these?
So like,
I
but
get
if,
it.
But if nobody wants to smash it,
They're like, nah, ooh, that's
she's that.
she could be the stinky girl, and you don't even know if
Yeah.
somebody. Yeah, why
Yeah.
don't they
There's
want to
always-
smash her? Because there's
there's
always
always
a
a
dude.
reason.
There's always
There's always
dudes
a
that
reason.
want to smash any chick for the most part.
There's
So
always
if
that dude that
nobody,
shows up
If
with that
nobody
girl.
wants to smash, yo, something's wild.
Yeah, there's always that
There's
one
a
dude
problem.
too that shows up at the events with that one girl, and you're like, the fuck is wrong with that guy?
And you just give him a pass. You're like, all right, whatever, dog.
Like, hey, man, somebody's got to do it.
Ain't gonna be me. Or maybe it will. I don't know how drunk I'm finna get.
But I know I can. I just know I won't.
Ain't gonna.
Anyway.
Yeah, no, I mean, like you said, you want dudes to want. You don't want them to smash, but you want them to want to, because, like you said, that means they're dope. They're wanted.
Yeah.
And you done good.
You don't want to have that.
You
one
don't.
girl
Yeah, you don't want the stinky chick. You don't want to be like.
You don't want to have that one girl that
where you don't
nobody
even have,
wants
you
to
don't even have to worry.
smash.
Like, yeah, no, you just go do whatever you're going to do. Just come
You
home
can't
later.
have your cake and eat
no
it
one's
too.
gonna
You can't-
fuck with you. That's
You
Yeah,
can't
that's not
you
good.
can't say like, oh, I want an absolute 10, but also I want no one else
no one to look at her
to acknowledge
Look
the
at my
fact that
girl.
she's a 10.
Yeah.
Because if they acknowledge she's a 10, that means they want to fuck her. So
So does that mean by that same token, you let your girl go out and like some crazy, wild, skimpy shit just because she looks fine and she know that it's cool?
so that depends on like my girl doesn't do anything like that, but that's just because that's how she doesn't dress like that normally. To go, you know what I mean? Like to be out and about.
But you know what I'm talking about.
But
like
if that's what
those
attracted
yeah.
you, like you saw her, she was in this skimpy ass outfit. You can't now dictate what she
All right,
wears and doesn't
no
wear.
more of that shit that I was
Yeah,
feeling
like,
when I saw you.
first of all, you
that doesn't
can't-
seem fair. That's just a dick move.
Yeah,
dude.
you can't dictate what you have to be that dude that's just like confident in yourself and in your girl.
Yeah.
And have that there has to be that level of trust. Right?
Yeah.
Until that shit is violated, then you
Do what
gotta
you do,
let
wear
her
what
do
you
what she
want.
do. But yeah,
Yeah.
you can't be with a girl and that's what attracted you was the skimpy ass outfit, tits half out, ass hanging out. That attracted you. You bagged her. Now this is your girl and you want to tell her she can't dress like that
dress
when
that
she's
fine
out
ass
with
shit.
her homegirls.
Right.
Like what type of shit is that?
Right. Don't date a bad bitch if you can't handle a bad bitch.
All right. Look at Dave over here with the wisdom.
That's what I've learned in my years. In all my years
In
of
all my years.
bad bitchdom. I don't know what it's called.
How you think I grew this mustache?
That's what it came from.
Bad bitch
That's
juice.
what it came. That's what makes it. I would have a beard, my man. I would have a beard.
Fire.
Bad bitch juice.
Bad bitch juice.
Yo. Yeah, you know what's up. I don't even gotta say it. I don't even gotta say it.
Oh man.
I'm
about you, Johnny?
assuming Johnny falls, or unless he's playing devil's advocate. Let's hear. I want to hear. I want the bitch that nobody wants to smash in the office.
I think I gotta follow along. I mean, it's not that I wouldn't mind if she worked. I was thinking in my place, like she could work at a place where nobody wants to fuck her because they're also just happy in their own shit and they're not, trying.
Right.
Or well,
Everyone's comfortable.
the
They're
question's
not
not
looking.
about trying, right? They're not trying to fuck her. They just want.
They just want to.
right?
Yeah. They're
Yeah,
like, oh
yeah,
damn,
yeah.
she's bad.
I mean, they could try, but as long as she's happy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I trust my woman
Yeah, right. That's what it comes down
100%.
to.
So I definitely got no problems if people are macking it to her all day long.
Like a work husband. You'd be okay if she got a work husband.
I
That's
never
something
like that.
that gets thrown
Maybe.
around a lot. Work husband.
I don't like that phrase. Like, what you mean work husband? Like
Work husband.
that could be like your work homie.
Yeah,
I like work homie
That's
better
my- yeah,
than
that's
work husband.
that's my best
My
friend
work
at
homie.
work.
Yeah, that's my work homie.
Yeah, that's my best friend at work.
Work
I mean, he
husband.
could be like a really good friend outside of work too. Like whatever, but not when he trying to smash. And it's
Yeah.
like, but I would assume that she would also be like, yo, this dude is mad cool, but now I feel like he's trying to smash.
Yeah.
Like,
They're
she
not
would back
stupid
him up.
either. Yeah.
yeah, girls definitely know way more. But
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the other thing is that I was thinking like, at the same time, though, like, I'm a guy and I know how fucking guys think. And every motherfucker's always trying to smash. Like, there's no place you could ever work as a woman, unfortunately.
Where
sorry,
no
ladies,
dudes are trying to smash.
you can never be friends with a dude that in the back of his mind, even though, because I got mad, like, female friends that I'm not trying to smash.
But you're thinking about smashing?
Back of my mind, like, man,
It's like
she put
maybe
the move
someday,
on.
you never know.
I?
You never know.
Would I put the trigger on that move?
If I was single,
If something happened and my life was crazy
If I
different.
was single,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's facts. There's
It's
no
always in the
disputing
back.
that. It's always in the back, no matter what.
Yeah.
Fuck. That's so
And if
shitty.
it's not, it's
Shitty.
because she's the one that nobody would like.
Right.
yeah, exactly. Because she falls into the category of unfuckables.
Damn.
That sounds like a real lit movie, The Unfuckables.
The unfuckables.
I don't know
let's
how
write
lit
it.
that movie
Let's
would
write
be.
it.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Oh man.
I think that was called Geely. I just throw a shot at Geely. I don't know why that was uncalled for.
Man.
I don't know. I think
It was called Ghostbusters.
at least
years
J-Lo
ago.
was
The
fuckable.
chick Ghostbusters. That's so fucked up, dude. During Pride Month, damn dog, that's fucked up. Canceled.
Wait, what does that have to do with Pride Month?
At least one of them has to be gay.
Right. Wait, what?
Sure.
That's all the questions, baby. That's all I got. I got nothing.
That was 3?
That was
Oh,
still.
yeah, that was actually 4 because I threw one in. the
Oh yeah,
beginning.
your Vader question at the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, true. That's
right.
Before you jump in,
Sure.
Since this went by so quickly, there was something that I heard on another pod. I heard the question being thrown out, but then like shit happened, and I never got to continue with that pod to hear like how it ever played out and whatnot. But when I heard the question, I started laughing because I was like, "That's a wild ass question," and I have no idea how I would answer that. So I'm gonna posit this question. I'm gonna posit a question to y'all now. What would it take for you to become a prison bitch?
What would it take for me to become a prison bitch?
If you were locked up in prison,
Yeah.
what would it take for you to be somebody's bitch?
What does bitch entail? Am I just
you
holding
getting
somebody's
fucked.
pocket,
Yeah.
or am
You a
I?
prison
Am I?
bitch, you getting
If you're a prison
All right,
bitch,
so it's a full-on prison bitch. Okay.
yeah.
Full on. I mean, you don't
It's
gotta
like,
be
all I
gotta
gotta do is hold somebody's pocket the whole time.
That's right. I'll just grab it. Where the fuck we going now? All right, let's roll out.
Oh man, nothing, man. I'd die, man. Honestly, I would. I can't think of anything that would make me like go that route.
What do you got? A family outside that you want to see again? You want to get out of prison someday? Like you're just like fuck it, kill me. Like I don't. If my life was in imminent danger and I have people outside, things outside that I love, dude, like I would think about it for sure. My man's gonna say, fuck his kids, fuck his family. I ain't taking no dick. I'm too hood for that shit, son. Fuck my family.
For real though.
All right, for real. Though. Okay, that's cool. That's
not-
cool. I get it.
Hey man,
That's
yeah.
cool. I don't know. I love my family. I'll take a dick for some family, dog. This is Vin Diesel shit right here.
You wouldn't fight though.
I mean, I'm gonna fight, but if it comes down to it and I
Doesn't
need
sound like
protection,
it. It doesn't sound like you would fight.
I'm
It
not gonna
sounds-
go. My first day in prison, I'm like, all right, I'll be your bitch. I don't want to fucking do like. I'm gonna see what's up, and if I know that like I'm still gonna
They
get
got the
murked, like
application out.
if
You're
there's like a
where's
whole
the line for prison bitches?
a whole gang
I'm
after
looking
me?
for the application process.
multiple gangs after me, and like I have to be some dude's bitch in the Aryan Brotherhood so that I don't get fucking murked. I want to live, dog.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Well,
You getting the Nazi chest tattoo too?
I'll get inked up. Yeah, sure. Is that free ink? I don't have to pay for it. I don't have to do sexual. It's just free. They hook it up.
I gotta,
All
I gotta
right.
suck dick for that ink.
Like finish this sleeve out with a little fucking SS.
Oh man.
I'm trying to. I'm gonna survive, dog.
Yeah,
I'll have Danny cover that shit up when I get out.
Oh,
Don't you
man.
pause me. I'm in prison, bitch.
Oh man, that's crazy. That is wild.
No, I mean,
My guy went straight for. I mean, I got to see my family.
if my life is in imminent danger, that's not like, hey, let's just go be gay in prison. Like, there's some shit that led up to that, dog. I'm not just, all right, we're in prison. It's a free for all. Let's just be someone's bitch. Like, you're just gonna be like, all right, murk me.
You wouldn't go to the gang first and be like, yo, for your protection, like, give me a task. Like, let me kill someone. You're immediate, just like, they're going to be like, well, you're just going to be all of our bitch. And you're like, well, now as long as you're protecting me.
This is the last resort. This is not just, hey, let's go. Like, this is the last resort. Like, before I know that I'm going to get killed in 15 minutes when a gang comes to murk me. Okay, yeah, they're coming, dude. I'll be your bitch. Let's get this, like, save I don't want to fucking die, dog. Come on.
So that's what it would take. Like, the question is, what would it take?
Yeah.
So that's what it would take.
Imminent death. Imminent death. Not just
death.
the fright of death. Like, oh, I'm in prison. I'll be your bitch. Don't let me get hurt. Like, I need to know that I'm about to die if I'm not someone's bitch. I think that's a fair answer. If you don't give a fuck about anything else, if you're shook.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it would.
Maybe you just got to blow it, dude. Maybe he doesn't like fucking.
Yeah, I mean.
No big deal.
No big deal.
I mean, compared to death, blowing a dick. I mean, come on, dude. Now we're getting in like homophobic territory right now. Let's tone it down a little bit. This is Pride Month, guys. Come on.
Pride Month.
Now he's
This is
trying to
Pride Month.
get the fuck out of here. Nah, I'm not.
What?
There's nothing wrong.
Miss you with that prison gay shit.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Like I would probably die. I would die before.
With that attitude, you would.
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, absolutely. Even if my back was against the wall and I'm about to die,
it would be in front of the wall.
I would not. Yours would be, apparently. That mustache would look pretty fucking sweet.
Do you hear that? It's all coming out now.
Yeah,
that's okay.
That mustache looks warm, buddy.
You want to ride? Let's see how red we can turn the brown guy.
Nah. I just know myself, and there's no way. There's just no way. But
I'm sure your children would leave lovely lives.
I have insurance.
I would hope so. Gay insurance?
No.
Clearly.
No.
No,
Not
that's
at all.
okay. I get it. And I'm guessing, Johnny, no bitch, you're going to get killed too.
I don't know. Maybe that imminent death.
I mean, that's something like that's like
If it was like
resort.
Andy Dufresne with like the fucking the pick right at my temple.
Mm-hmm. Imminent.
I might have to stick my tongue out.
Sure. Or your butthole. One of them's coming out. I get it. Trust me.
Yeah, I'm dying.
Ain't no one trying to fuck you
I'm
anyway, dog.
I'm gonna
You
fuck
all right?
somebody up. I'm gonna fuck somebody up.
Oh yeah.
But I'm not.
I might bite his nigga's shit off. But
Still got a dick in your mouth as gay as a bitch, according to Mark.
That's facts. That's facts.
Like, yo, it's got to go in your shit. Like, yo, he went out like a G, but
So
gay
like,
as a
and
bitch.
then you telling the story, you're gonna be like, yeah. So this is what happened, right? So I had to. I got down. I got down.
I'm not telling this story to nobody.
And then he stuck his dick in my mouth, and I bit that shit.
And it tasted kind of weird, but I don't know what other dicks be tasting like.
Bit that shit, but I spit it out real quick.
Cause I ain't gay. I don't play that.
I ain't sucking it at all.
I ain't sucking it at all.
I don't even taste it. I don't even know. I don't know. You're just trying to prove that you're not.
Oh man.
Do we have news clips?
You know this is gonna be a promo, right?
Oh, 100%. 100%. You got to be gentle with this editing. It's going to require some finesse in the editing booth.
That's so good. All right.
You know what it's time for.
All right, enough laughter. Let's talk about the
Enough
bullshit
laughter.
happening in America.
Oh man, so much bullshit. What happened
There's
now,
always
Johnny?
bullshit.
What happened now, Johnny?
This I thought was I saw this. I think it was today. Apparently, fuck Texas. Texas is apparently, or at least fuck Texas Republicans. Texas Republicans, like the not some like fringe group or nothing. Like Republicans in Texas on the ballot in 2023 is the option to vote to secede from the United States. And I'm like,
Good.
do it, bitches.
Let them take, please.
Yeah.
How can I help? Can I vote for that as well? Being in New York?
Can I absentee vote the way Donald Trump thinks that I could?
Oh, that'd be great. I would do it once a day. I would do it multiple times. I would set an alarm for every hour to send in a vote for fucking Texas to secede.
So for those individuals who are not familiar, what does that mean exactly?
That means Texas would basically be committing sedition because it's illegal for a state to leave the union. So they would vote. It says a referendum vote. So basically, all Republicans can. Well, I think it's a referendum vote, meaning the whole state can choose to vote on this, and they would choose to leave the country and become their own country.
Yeah, they would leave the United States. They would no longer.
And then the
be
United
US
States
state.
would like start a war because you're not allowed to leave the country.
And you can't be part of our country if you're not part of our country. So they would get fucked
Right.
up,
Yeah.
which would be dope.
Yeah. It'd be, it'd be
like-
we'd be seeing so many
There's just
A
Texans.
million
Oh,
cool
bro.
people in Austin, and then
For
the
sure.
rest of Texas could almost all peace out.
Yeah.
It's like same thing. It's like Houston or Atlanta, right? It's like you're in Houston, dope. But the second you're out of Houston, you are now in Texas. So please be
Right,
very
yeah.
wary of that.
100%.
Same thing with Atlanta.
Same
you
thing
are
with
in Atlanta.
Dallas,
Atlanta's
Atlanta.
dope. But once you leave Atlanta
Yeah.
lines, you are in the state of Georgia, and you need to
Facts.
understand that.
Yeah, that little space between Atlanta and what is it, Decatur?
Yeah.
Cater.
There's like they're very close cities, but there's a little gap right in between Atlanta and Decatur where, you don't want to be there.
Nah. Yeah, so
Yeah.
whatever, man. That's what they want to vote for. They want to do. It's amazing to me how in line they are with their politics and like everything that goes on. They love to call out certain laws and amendments and all of this shit, but they don't actually consider certain things that they do to be breaking the law.
Right.
And that's not just Texas. That's like a lot of these idiots that are out there that just are following. I guess I'm just trying to be like I'm trying to be civil and not like putting it on a very specific party. However, I'm not into politics at all. Like I fucking hate it because it's like everything else, right? It's you're a part of this group and you're a part of that group. And if you are
Right.
not in each one of them, they are like, fuck this group. And the people that are like,
like
in
being in a
between.
gang.
Yeah. And the people that are like in between, well, you can't be in between, you fucking liberal. Like,
It's got to be on site or nothing.
Yeah, like it has to be
Right.
like, yo, you have to follow everything that we say or it's nothing. But we got to get gangs out of here though. For sure.
Right.
You know, like we got to get them the fuck out of here. Why? Because gangs are traditionally black and Latino. That's what they consider gangs. Everything else, they're part of a.
It's a club. It's a club.
It's a club. Yeah, it's a club.
Social club.
Social club. Yeah.
Social clubs. Yeah,
Speaking of gangs,
with masks.
this was interesting and I thought unfortunate. It's unfortunate and also funny, but still unfortunate because animal rights. If I didn't say that, my wife would shoot me. There was a shootout in Mexico. I think it was over the weekend. Tuesday. Which is today.
It's a week ago.
Maybe it was last Tuesday.
It was a week
I'm
ago.
not sure.
Yeah, no, this is I've seen this.
So there was a shootout with the cartel from Michoacan, which is actually one of the few. I've been to Michoacan. No, there's many cartels. I didn't even know there was a Michoacan cartel. Now it makes me feel some kind of way that I was in this state thinking like I was safe, and apparently there was a cartel in that state. It's like a very southern state in Mexico. This was like some wild ass trip I took for work one time, and this is like the smallest plane I've ever flown on. Was from like Mexico City to this state. Anyways,
I heard Buddy Holly took that same plane.
It was I felt like a Buddy Holly plane, bro. Swear to God, I really felt that way. Walked onto it. There was like literally like 7 seats.
Yeah.
Yeah, 7, 8 seats. I'm like, dude, are we gonna survive this shit? And you're in fucking Mexico. It's not even like a U.S. small plane.
You're not even gonna get reported if it goes down.
Right.
So like, yeah,
if
you're
shit goes
fucked.
down.
Like, meh.
They're gonna claim it was a drug plane.
All right. So what happened with these with the cartel?
So there was a shootout with the cartel, obviously with the police. In I'm gonna call it Texcaltichan. Texcalticatlan. I don't know.
Yeah.
Some city in fucking in Michoacan in Mexico. Anyways, they get into a shootout with the police. And the cartel lifestyle, apparently, they still emulating things that Pablo Escobar used to do, which was, bringing in these exotic animals. So there was, after the shootout, there was a 450-pound tiger wandering the streets. A man died after he tried to pet one of the captive tigers.
Oh, smart.
And he got murked. And unfortunately, after the shootout, they found that they had like a mascot, let's call it, which is funny because in Spanish, a pet is actually called a mascote. But they dressed up a little monkey, spider monkey, like a cartel dude, and he even had like a little kid's bulletproof vest on. And unfortunately, the little monkey got murked along with his owner. I think he was holding onto the monkey, and they both got shot. But and there's a photo of the monkey like on the floor.
I did see that photo.
It's like cute and sad at the same time.
It's like cute and dead.
I mean, you live that life. That's what you get. You can't expect
monkey.
otherwise, right? I don't care if you're a primate, it doesn't matter. The vest must have been shitty if he still got clapped, right? The little tiny vest, bro. Oh man, that's a bummer because he was he was kind of a little cutie in his vest.
Till he rips your face off.
I mean, not no more. He got clapped.
I mean,
The monkey got clapped.
I just think of like Marcel from Friends. That's what he looked like. He looked like Marcel, little Marcel in a bulletproof
it's the same
vest.
kind. Yeah, spider monkey, right? That's what Marcel was.
For sure.
you're saying all spider monkeys look alike?
During Pride Month? What the fuck is wrong with me?
Fucking speciest.
Species.
His species.
This white boy about to get us canceled.
Yo.
All right, let's talk about Pride Month stuff.
Let's talk. It's almost over, guys. We don't have to be gay anymore.
None of the brands will.
Actually, we I don't think
Facts.
we've touched on anything Pride related during the month. So shout out to all the
Hold on.
all the crew.
Before we do that though, I have to ask because we just passed Juneteenth. So what did the businesses do for Juneteenth? Did they take down their Pride Month logos and throw up a Juneteenth logo and then went back to Pride Month logos?
I didn't
think
see
they
hardly
rocked
any
both.
Juneteenth shit.
They did both?
I didn't see a lot of
No.
Juneteenth stuff. I did see some the corporate tweets and whatnot.
Yeah.
They didn't.
Yeah.
I don't think they removed the rainbow from their profile name, but they just added like the black fist maybe.
Ooh, I don't know about it. Did they do that?
And that's why I'm saying is like, obviously like whatever, but we know that all of these companies pander to
Oh, 100%.
Pride Month
Yeah.
and like whatever holiday that has to do with something that they want to stay on the good graces of. So
Yeah.
whether it's Black History Month, Pride Month, whatever, you're gonna see that in their logo because
Oh,
we're with you.
I was just watching I don't remember what it was. There was some TV channel and the logo was just
Every
super
time I see it,
pride
it's
in the
cringe.
corner in the bottom right, bro. It was brutal.
Yeah, every time I see it, it's
just
cringe.
felt so fake and shitty.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're saying that the T-shirt I've been working on with insensitive culture, with the culture and pride colors is
I was gonna
is
say
not-
we should have
no-go?
released. We should have released like at least like an
No.
Instagram picture or something, and just been like,
I'm saying
just very meta and aware of how shitty it is of companies to do that.
I'm saying that if we release that shirt, we keep that shit up all the fucking time. Like it's nothing.
Oh yeah, no, it wouldn't be
Yeah,
just
facts,
in
facts,
June.
facts,
It
facts.
would be.
But to pull it up the month
Oh, yeah, no,
of June
yeah.
and then take it down in
Yeah.
July.
Like, oh, I'm sorry. This is July 1st.
Very
you can no
obvious.
longer.
Why
No,
you
no,
do that?
we no longer recognize your
And it's $30
rights.
more in June during Pride Month when we know you want to buy it.
Right.
Because that's how we care about America.
Yep.
100%.
Get ready for Pride Month with your insensitive culture T-shirt.
It's just my mustache.
We're
but like
insensitively
rainbow.
proud.
Yeah.
There we go.
And it's just it's
Ooh, I like that.
It's
Dave's
Dave's
stash and rainbow.
yeah, there we
Dave's,
go.
yeah.
Next year, I'm on it.
I'm in.
No, just
We get a hoodie.
just in
Now,
time
especially
for Pride
especially
Month.
after his whole prison spiel there. It's fitting.
Hey,
We know whose side he's on.
Yeah. go ahead.
impending death? Fuck you guys.
You're on the
Impending
side
death?
of impending death.
This mustache
Always.
would go to
Always.
use.
Nah, if I was going to prison, I would shave this in a heartbeat. There's no way I'm keeping this mustache in prison. That's just asking for, just like wearing a slutty dress if you're a chick. Like, you want it at that point. Can't do it.
So you're telling us that your mustache
So
is
you're
that
saying-
sexy?
If I went to prison, yeah, I feel like it could be pretty sexy.
Okay.
I feel like you agree.
I feel like they've all seen the new
On
Top
the,
Gun.
on the low
and
low.
They've all seen the new Top Gun, and they're
How they
all
seeing
gonna be-
Top Gun in prison? Come on. Be realistic.
I mean, the song would be more fitting for you.
Dangers. Oh, yeah.
All right, go ahead, Johnny. Sorry.
Yeah. In time for Pride Month, two things, two quick stories that popped up. One, the World Swimming Governing Body has banned transgender women from competing in swimming events unless they transitioned before the age of 12.
Ooh. So
is
effectively
basically
banning
Banning
because
transgender
no one
women,
really.
'cause I'm
I don't
sure
know
there's
nowadays.
Yeah,
maybe
I mean,
a couple,
yeah,
but
that's true. That's
Nowadays,
true.
I feel like people are doing that more.
Starting
often.
younger.
Yeah, they're starting like
Acknowledging it.
parents are
but not
in on it more.
transitioning.
Right.
To the point where they start their hormone stuff.
Oh,
At
okay.
that
I mean,
young-
hormone
that
stuff
young
is
of an age.
transitioning for sure.
I think now it's more common than before.
For sure.
Definitely. I had this conversation with my wife the other day about like the commonality of that, and we were talking about it more on like, is it trendy or is it just that because it's accepted now, people are just doing more along of what they would do normally? But that's another conversation.
But either way, just to bring it back to that topic of them banning anyone who has transitioned after the age of 12, that makes sense because testosterone
Puberty
is usually it has to do with puberty. And that is where the difference is in these sports situations.
Right.
If a man transitions into a woman and they've gone, 10 years with having testosterone pumping through their veins, like natural testosterone, naturally that individual is going to be a lot stronger than the women who have never had testosterone in their system. And I'm thinking, and that's at a biological thing. Like, that's at a biological standpoint.
I don't know. I know a lot of wussy ass dudes though.
I know a lot of wussy ass dudes.
Transition. They're not even transitioned.
No,
they're not gay.
No, I get you, but
strong.
I'm talking
Just
about
pussy ass
I'm
bitches.
talking about an athlete. Like athletes.
Sure.
In this situation, we're talking about athletes. And even
yes.
you may be if you're top ranking if you're top ranking in the male aspect of it, then obviously there's a difference between male and female within sports. But my point is, I guess if you are not top 10, right? You're top 20 maybe. Past 10 though, you're ranking it like nationwide, and you've had testosterone your entire life. You're going to go into a woman's sport, and you're going to dominate. That's what's been happening.
For sure. So this is where
I'm not saying that none of the women would be able to beat them, but it would be really hard for a majority of them to.
Yes.
I just feel like I think the situation that you just laid out, you right, but like this, it seems like a lot of fuss over like what are the chances that there's a dude that's top 20 in the fucking country in his athlete and
Wants to transition.
or and not necessarily decides, but goes through the process of transitioning. It happens. We've seen it. It happened in swimming with that one person whose name escapes me right now.
Eludes us, yes.
But like, I honestly don't know if in our lifetime we're going to see another person in that same type of situation. Like I remember I think it was Utah or Missouri or something. They, some red state where they went and the Congress passed a law against this for high school sports. And the governor, who was also a Republican, vetoed the law because he was like, this is an unnecessary law. Like, there's literally only 4 students in this entire state that are trans athletes. And you want to create a whole fucking law to prevent those 4 people from ruining your kids' chances at becoming number 1 in the state? Like, we've had this conversation before on the show, and it is kind of bullshit when somebody's like literally lapping other women on the field. But at the same time, are we ever going to see that again? Like, I don't think
Not anymore.
necessarily dudes are, not in swimming at least. I just don't know that dudes are going that far out of their way, not being legit, just to like win a medal and get an award.
I understand that, but I guess my point is if there is zero rule, we would like, even if it's just 4, how fair is it for
The people that have to compete against.
The people that do have to compete. Those 4 people that are in different groups or teams or whatever. How fair is it for anyone that has to go against those 4 people?
Is it the same for men? Like if, or women, like if a woman wanted to transition to a man, could she be, it's the same. So
actually,
with men swimming.
No.
So they're like, yeah, good luck, chicks. Because, if you want to swim against these dudes, go for it.
If a woman transitions to a man and is an athlete, what are the chances
that they're going to dominate?
Probably
they would be
as
dominating.
low or lower. So like, I feel like it should go both ways though. If it's going to go one way.
To be fair and equal.
Right.
Pride Month.
That's all.
But apparently, as I'm reading the headlines and the summary here, it's just transgender women from competing in women's events.
Okay. All right.
Which would prevent that person whose name again is escaping me, if I have it here, and they the one that won the NCAA championship.
Yeah,
they were trying to go into the Olympics in the next Olympic round, and so this basically has blocked them from entering.
Damn.
Yeah. See,
I mean that's not a bad thing.
Leah Thomas, there you go.
Leah Thomas.
She's the one that was winning the medals.
She was the one that basically looks like Michael Phelps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, and I'm sorry, but I would have to agree with the fact that stops her from doing that.
Mm-hmm. Have we heard from her since this? Because, I mean, we've heard from her, like after the whole thing, talking about how she thought it was fair, it wasn't a problem. Like, just like that ruling.
I wouldn't.
Just at that time, but I don't know about since the ruling, if she's spoken out.
I want to hear what she has to say.
Yeah, if I was in her position, I would think it's fair too. You know what I mean? But
it's like she wants to make money off of Marvel movies.
Yeah, it's
I'd be open to swimming against chicks for the rest of my life. Sure.
Remember that other woman who transitioned? It was a man who transitioned into a woman, and she was dominating on, like, I think it was rugby.
Oh, I feel like I do remember that.
Looked like John Cena.
Yeah.
Just beating on these girls.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, and they, like, there was I think there was an MMA fighter too.
Yeah, there was definitely an MMA fighter.
She ended up getting knocked out by a woman, like a natural born woman.
Damn.
I want to say she ended up, but she was beating the fuck out of women for a good while.
I bet.
And MMA is one of those things where, if you don't know how to fight, or if you don't know how to fight as well as anyone in that sport, man or woman, you're getting fucked up. But there was an obvious strength. Like, I want to say she was like beating these women, like leaving them fucked up. And that just wasn't, in my opinion, that shit wasn't right.
Nah.
All right.
Nah, definitely not on the beatdown. In another Pride story, this actually happened last week, but I never got to it. I thought this was like ridiculously fucked up. So Rebel Wilson came out the last week as a lesbian. She posted something on.
Good for her.
I guess she was like she posted something on Instagram where she was like, she went to Disneyland looking for a prince and came out with a princess or something like that, and posted a photo with her girlfriend. And so people were at first were like, cool, we support you, Pride Month, et cetera, et cetera. Turns out though, the reason she posted this is because the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia had notified her 2 days prior that they had done their research. They had found out that she was dating a woman, and they were going to write an article basically outing her in Pride Month
Yeah.
And so she usurped them and did it herself. And these motherfuckers still published the story and had the balls to like write it as if they were pissed that she jumped their story and released this before they could.
Yeah.
Damn.
Fuck these.
The Australian media is savage, dude. Like
wild,
that's
right?
something I would expect from like the U.S. media. I wouldn't even blink an eye. But like I thought other countries would have a little more decency than us. That's fucked.
The media
be
folks,
forced
man, they
to
just
be-
don't give a fuck, man.
Bro, imagine that. Like, I don't know what kind of laws they have against, like, you know, that sort of thing in Australia. But yeah, that's
I don't know. I feel like they're pretty conservative over there.
right.
So I bet you they
So like they don't
just
care.
recently
They're
got rid
okay
of
with
some
it.
laws. Yeah, they're totally fine with the homophobia.
Yeah,
says
no,
something
that
like-
makes sense actually.
They wrote about, you know, the stuff that they were going to do. And then they said, Wilson opted to gazump the story, posting about her Disney princess on Instagram Friday, the same platform she had previously used to brag about her handsome ex-boyfriend, wealthy American beer baron Jacob Bush. And so it's like they're trying to like play her because she previously dated a guy and now she's dating a girl. Like, if you can't do that.
Right. Yeah. Damn.
And they're trying to say, like, she wouldn't experience homophobia because she's a celebrity.
Yeah, people are just stupid.
Damn.
Man. They come in groups.
These fucking Australians is wild.
Wild, dude. Wild. And she lost. I mean, she looks good too. Like Rebel Wilson lost a fuck ton
Oh, yeah,
of
she
weight.
did.
She looks healthy and happy, and
Yeah,
she's not Fat Amy. But I mean, she was always funny. Like her roles always killed it, regardless of what she looked like or what her weight was. Like she was always
Right.
I always enjoyed seeing her in whatever it was. But now she seems happy, and it's just that's shitty that it had to go down like that. Because she probably
That
wouldn't
shit
have
was
said
wild.
it. She probably wouldn't have
you
said
always got to
anything.
deal with that shit from people in general, man.
Mm-hmm.
People
Always.
suck. People suck, man. If it was,
But no worries.
If it was in Australia, it would have been some
Yeah.
issue with a U.S. fucking media, TMZ or some shit. Who the fuck knows? Just for real, they suck, man.
I thought this shit was funny because I had never heard this word before, so I had to look it up because I thought for a second it was like a mistype. But apparently, guys, I know we said previously and even show title that this was a Short King summer, but not anymore. Apparently, GQ says, hairy guys rejoice. It's going to be a hot hirsute summer. It's the hairy guys summer.
It's a hairy.
Hairy
Never heard
guys
of
summer.
hirsute? Is that how you pronounce that? Hirsute?
How's it spelled?
HIRSUTE.
Air suit. HIR.
Hirsute.
Yeah.
Hirsute.
Yeah, no, that's
Hirsute.
that's
Maybe
how,
it's
yeah.
hirsute.
Yeah, hirsute. Either way, baby, it's a hairy guy summer.
Damn.
It's a hairy guy
Here
summer.
we go. It's finally my turn.
Who's the hairiest of us?
It has to be me.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Walk.
It has to be me. Absolutely.
You have a hairy chest.
So there we
I
go.
do. You have
How hairy is it?
You have hairy shoulders.
No,
I do.
I don't. My back and my shoulders.
When I
they're not-
trim, it's a thing.
I have like
It's a full
one,
body trim.
Yeah, it's a full body. You
I have the random long hairs that pop out of my shoulder.
Yeah, no, I have full on. Just
Oh yeah, you got shoulder pads. You have hair shoulder pads.
I got. Yeah.
Hairy guy.
When I trim, it's an experience.
You'd do okay in prison. I don't think you'd have to worry.
I don't know. They like them bears,
Yeah,
too.
they like them.
do. They do.
They like them with long hair and thin mustaches.
And hairy shoulders.
Something to hold
Just
on
one
to.
shoulder.
Something to
Just
grip
drop the
onto.
one shoulder.
Just the one- like a Mad Max hairy shoulder pad.
Oh man.
One of the co-founders of Google is getting divorced. Y'all seen this? Sergey Brin.
I know that name.
I think he's like the 9th richest person on the planet.
That's why I know it.
He's worth $93 billion.
Damn, that's a lot of billions.
He's getting divorced from his wife from 2015. So they got together way after the founding of Google. The reason the story is funny is because the headline is that he asked the court to deny his wife's spousal support.
What?
Under what grounds?
Under the fact that,
That's whack. Don't take my shit.
Whack.
I have no idea.
Well, then, I don't think he has a legal claim.
Let's see.
Yeah, I don't.
Irreconcilable difference is why they're
Is why they're splitting up.
Chances are
He's clapping other cheeks.
he's just like, no, I don't. Please don't do that. Because, that's less money for me.
It's like, hey, Judge, I'll give you a kickback. You want a little something? Got you.
Oh, man, that would suck, man.
I mean, all that money, though, it doesn't matter. What's $93 billion versus $40 billion if he had to fucking give her a fuck ton? Like, you're still never going to worry about money ever again. Nothing changes day to day.
I mean,
Still rich as fuck. It's a principle,
I
yeah.
know. Jeff Bezos is still like the third or second richest dude in the world.
For sure. It sucks. Yeah, you're going to eat
don't
that,
wanna
though.
give her
You're going to
half,
eat
man.
that 50 bill, and you're going to fucking get on with your life, dog. You're going to go smash other baddies. Sign a prenup next time.
Still, there's like, if you're up there in the billions, like I understand, like, because I can't fathom that. At this point,
nobody
right?
can.
I can't fathom
Nobody
that.
can.
But if that's your everyday life, right? You're worth, how much is he worth again? You said
93 billion.
93.
$93 billion,
Billion
right? And that goes down, to about 50, 45,
Sure.
whatever.
Sure.
And you're going to feel like, fuck, like, you know what I mean? Like, it still hurts.
I would hurt
Dropping
for a week.
$50
I'd be
billion
like,
dollars,
that's
that shit
rough.
would suck. That shit would suck. For someone who did not put in that work to earn that $50 billion.
Especially because, how do you even transfer that?
Venmo.
Accountants. Yeah.
You gotta Venmo it.
Some accountant shit.
Imagine seeing
Cash
that
App, bro.
Venmo in your fucking feed. Someone Venmo someone $50 billion.
Yeah. No need
Divorce.
to
It's
worry
just
about
Cash
accountants.
App.
sad face. That's the only emoji.
Yeah,
they
that's
put
some
with it.
accountant shit, man. That's how that gets transferred.
Because you're not like all of that money is really like built into like stocks
Assets and shit.
Yeah.
assets
And that's
and
why I
shit. Yeah,
say-
you're not cashing that shit out, liquidating just to transfer it over, right?
That's what I'm saying.
It's just a piece of paper you get that says, "Hey, Johnny, you've
It's the
got
Now you're
accountant.
worth $5 billion.
Yeah, exactly.
It's your accountant. It's your accountant working with whoever it is that has to.
So how much
bring
that accountant
your route.
taking?
10%,
I'm
dog.
sure they're taking
10% of 50
At
billion. Yo, you killing it. I need to be that accountant. Shit.
How you get that gig?
Right? You got to be an accountant first,
Prison
and then you got to
bitch.
work your way.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm in. 50 bill. I'll take it. 50 bill to be a prison bitch? Come on.
Nah, don't.
Not even a
don't,
question.
don't break any laws, Dave.
That's not illegal.
Don't break.
Unless you're
any
in
laws.
Texas
I just don't want you to be a prison bitch, and it sounds like you would absolutely be a prison bitch.
for 50 billion. Yeah.
And not for $50 billion.
For 20 billion? Sure.
You said you would do it just for protection.
For my life? Yeah, my life is worth a decent amount for sure.
yeah,
You're
He
harping
gets-
on this. He's going hard on the
I
prison
know.
bitch
I
stuff.
mean,
He's
we
like,
went back
"Yo,
to it. We went back to it.
Why you so gay, dog? Why you so gay?
My guy is gonna get he's gonna get pumped in prison.
Whoa.
To protect his life. He's gonna get out of jail and he's gonna come to his PlayStation 5 and just every day just get high and
Yo,
just
I wish I had a
relive.
PS5. dog. I wish I had a PS5.
He's just gonna come, just be like, yo, so what are you doing today? No shit, I'm just gonna sit around, smoke. He's like, that's what you got fucked for?
Is that what it takes to get a PS5? Because I'll fucking put my email down for that bitch. Can't get one of them motherfuckers.
Push Jim, bro.
Fucking Tuco.
Oh shit!
I don't know if I'd be
last-
Tuco's prison bitch. That's scary. He's scary.
I mean, who do you think? Who do you think?
Not
lining
Tuco.
up bitches.
Not Tuco.
Yeah, you're not gonna be some average Brad Pitt looking
You
motherfuckers.
think you get to pick like it's a Tinder and shit? Like, you get
I'm
to
swiping
swipe.
right on all the
Nah,
prison
bro.
bitches.
Nah, man, all of them have way bigger mustaches than you.
Fucking Danny
Fucking
Trejo.
yo,
Shit.
Danny Trejo. It depends on who you go to for.
Johnny 23.
Yeah.
Shit. I'm in.
Be
He's
Johnny
gonna-
23 and
Be
me.
Johnny 24 by the time he finishes with me.
Dave is he's gonna be like, yo, who do I go to for protection? Wait, who has the cutest leader?
That Aryan dude, he kind of cute though. I gotta piss too bad for you guys making me laugh this hard, dude. I guess.
Oh man.
All right, last story. We're gonna lead into Hollywood with this one. Y'all know more about it than I do though, because I just seen it and wanted to comment. This tweet about the boys subreddit going wild because we love the boys.
We do.
But apparently the right wingers in America are attaching themselves really hard to Homelander.
They're going hard, bro. They're going hard.
Oh man.
Homelander's taking that whole Trumpian path in this
Yeah.
latest season.
So they are All right. So they're attaching themselves to the fact that to what aspect of Homelander? The fact that he is speaking the truth
Yeah.
and all of this shit.
right. Right.
Sure.
And like he's being persecuted for his racist and, crazy beliefs that he, all the weird views that he has. He's being persecuted as though everyone else.
Because he was fucking a Nazi chick.
Yeah, pretty much.
And, he found nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
And apparently neither do these people. The fact that preserve the Aryan nation.
These Redditors are apparently like they're getting called out on the subreddit for just like, hey, this is like satire and bullshit and like what was the superhero's name in the last episode that gave that speech?
Stormfront.
No.
No,
The
she
dude,
was-
the
she was
dude that was apologizing for roughing up all like the black people in the
Oh,
neighborhood.
Blue Hawk.
Blue Hawk, yeah. There was a post there. Someone was like, "Yeah, I was feeling Blue Hawk's speech up until the end when he started fucking up all the black people." Like, people
are you
were
fucking
attaching,
idiots?
it was crazy. And then like they're getting called out and they're just straight like deleting their Reddit accounts because like they're shook and getting probably harassed and all kinds of crazy shit.
He
So,
was feeling Blue Hawk.
he was feeling Blue Hawk.
Like literally.
Like they introduced him as a dude that was over policing
Right.
minority neighborhoods.
And
I was
he-
feeling him.
I
early
go
on.
where the crime is.
And he obviously did not want to be there.
Right.
And
it was a fake bullshit about the
Yeah,
whole from
right.
beginning to end. It was a fucking bullshit farce.
Anyway,
I was
I'm
into
sorry.
it. I was into it.
Yeah, like what the fuck is wrong with people, yo?
That's crazy. And
That
I
is
read
hilarious.
some of like the boys subreddit, and there is some wild fucking people on there, dude. And like I didn't see any of that in there per se. Like I only saw that on Twitter that I shared with you guys, but like just the fact that that's going on is too fucking funny, dude. Too funny.
Yeah, that. Oh, people are. I can't say it enough, man. People are fucking stupid,
People are
man.
fucking stupid.
Yo, the
Fucking
internet
dumb.
has done nothing but like elevate and like give like a platform to dumb ass fucking
Yeah.
the people that don't need it.
Yeah.
Very, very side tangent on that, but it was another one where people are like, someone said something where they pronounced it would of, like would of,
Yeah.
rather than
Would've.
WOULD apostrophe VE, where it's where you or where it
Yeah.
would have.
Yeah.
It's
Would've.
obviously a combination
Would've.
of would have,
Yeah.
would have. But some people
Yeah.
like they'll write a post where it's just like I would have, and this is more common now where people don't understand the VE and it's would
my God.
OF, I would have done this, and someone pointed that out. It's just like, I will never understand why people do this, and I had to break it down for them. And people just get upset that, like, online, if you correct them, if you don't correct them, like, there's too many opinions online. And I only brought this up because like, it was one of the things where I just kind of commented on, this is why this happened and it's so stupid.
Yeah.
And then I got sucked into people talking shit.
What were people saying? What were they saying back?
No, it's the same shit that always happens, right? If you comment on, especially like Twitter or I'd imagine subreddit, I don't know, or Reddit, because I don't go on Reddit, but
yeah.
I'd imagine the same thing is just like, oh, but you know exactly what they meant, and you know it's the same thing, and it's obviously it's not, and people are just becoming dumber and like the movie that I would not have ever assumed to predict the future so fucking beautifully is Idiocracy.
Yeah.
But we are definitely headed in that direction. Whereas right now, I feel like, and I'm not smart at all, like in that sense. Like, I don't feel like I'm a genius. However, I have common sense. I do feel like I'm a normal person. If I was frozen in a time capsule and I went ahead 50, 60, 100 years, if the Earth is still around and we are still a civilization, I probably would be the smartest person on Earth. The way that things are moving. And
Agreed.
it's so,
I believe it.
And it's so fucking sad, man. It's so wild to me just to think of that. Sorry. Super side tangent, but
it works. Tracks.
Wow. Late breaking news.
Oh.
Even though it's athlete sports news, I just want to mention Rob Gronkowski has retired for the second time.
Is he done this time, or is he coming? I don't know what to take. If
we'll find out in a few
anybody
days.
retires, is it for real anymore?
We'll never know. But he's not coming back to the Bucks. I know that.
Okay, good. Bucks don't need him.
Yeah, fuck
Send him to Green Bay.
Nah,
Catch a
fuck
couple
that.
TDs.
He said fuck.
Fuck that.
I was actually thinking like, fuck, he was on the Bucks.
Right.
That's how often
That's fair.
All right.
Hollywood.
All right, you know what time it is. We're going to be talking about the latest and greatest in Hollywood news right now. But before we jump into the actual Hollywood news, I had a question for y'all. Because right now we're on a very big high right now. We're on a big high right now with the boys, man. Every episode has been fire, straight fire. I can't wait for the finale. It's coming up soon. And every single episode, they've just been raising the bar on the insanity and everything that has to go with it. So my question for y'all is The Boys a better series than anything that Marvel has put out? Any TV series that Marvel has put out?
Any TV series or MCU movies? What are we talking here?
Series.
Oh, yes, 100%.
Does the Netflix shows count?
Even if they do,
I want to say yes. I want to say yeah. Because the
Boys is still
The Boys is still absolutely better.
Yeah.
Way better.
But not movies. It doesn't
But even if we want to bring it out to phase 4, absolutely it's been so much better. Why? Because every single episode is wild, right? They pull no stops every single episode. Like we don't have to spoiler alert for people who haven't seen the season, but we don't have to have people running into fucking dick holes and exploding every 2 seconds in order for it to be a good show. However, we just need more. We just need more action. And I feel like there's with very little
I think the explosion thing is going a little too much. I feel like there's been a lot of people blowing up.
It is. But my whole point is like in six episodes, if you're gonna give us 6 episodes, give us 6 meaty episodes. Don't give us any kind of. There should be no filler. and we still get the filler.
Are we talking about Moon Knight? Are we looking
We're talking.
at
No,
Moon
we're
Knight?
talking about any of the shows.
All of them.
They've all been
Wink.
coming out with about 6.
Wink, wink.
The only
Moon
the
Knight.
best one that has come out, in my opinion, that every single episode was just fire, one after another, was Loki.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I remember like the very first episode of Loki. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Exactly. That's been the only one though.
The TVA. That was wild.
Please tell me I'm
Yeah.
wrong.
No,
with-
I think you right. This Miss Marvel so far has been pretty dope.
It's
but
been good.
Not
it's
the
not on
boys
same-
good. No.
It's not the boys, but the boys is like so different. Like not only is it way more mature, it's also like surprising and like in your face and so much going on. It's also a longer per episode. I think Miss Marvel's only like a 30. Actually, no, the most recent episode was like 45. 50
Everything
minutes.
is about
they were
30 to 45
Yeah, they were
minutes. man.
decently long. The Miss Marvel, the first two.
Everything is about 45 minutes. To
an hour.
And yeah, no, it's for Marvel has been half an hour to 45
minutes or less. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think they've done any like full, real 50-minute episodes.
They've been putting all of the money towards the quality of it, which the quality is great, but I'd sacrifice a little bit of that quality for awesome fucking storytelling
They
and
don't gotta
action.
do that. They don't. They got the fucking money. Put
They
the
do. They
quality
do have-
and storytelling.
That's true. Very true. Very true. They do have that money, but we're just not getting it. So
Now the boys is definitely killing on the TV series side.
And I wasn't sure if this was an unpopular opinion or not, but I did post it up on our page, and it seems like even
We had a
though
lot of agreements.
there was no disagreements, at least nobody that posted one.
And the boys comparing
Even from
those
your
two.
comic book the comic book nerds that we know that love comics and MCU and all that, even they agreed, like, yes, this is a much better show than anything they put out.
It's like comparing the Nolan Batmans against like the earlier Keaton Burton Batmans, where like one was not serious in a serious way, and like the other one is like very realistic and grounded in the politics and the way that things are today. Like they feel very different to me
Except
when
the
they're
two
watching.
are coexisting.
I feel like it's just still not a fair comparison.
Except the two are very much coexisting at the same time. Rather than
meaning what?
Right.
meaning
Like
that
not
Batman
years
was 89 and Nolan films was 2000s.
It also helps the boys that
Yeah, no,
they
I got you.
have
Yeah.
MCU shit to make fun of because they are satirical. Like they're making fun of the superhero genre comics and comic shows, comic based shows, and they're poking, and they're able to do that because they can flex that. So it gives them more of an ability to be daring and to be wild and also dive deep into their storyline. Whereas the Marvel shit is always like walking these fine lines, you know?
Yeah, it has to, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
It's
just
the
feel
Disney shit, you know?
if not even MCU, DC, because I didn't even want to put DC in there because their shows have
mean,
been trash.
That shit's
Yeah.
all trash.
Yeah, that
Aside
shit is
from whatchamacallit, John
Fucking
Cena there.
Batwoman is better than this shit.
what's that shit called?
Why can't I think of what the
The one with Homeland. Homelander.
he keeps
I
wanting
keep
to
wanting to say
Homelander.
fucking Homelander. The one with John Cena. Fuck.
What is it?
Oh, you know, actually, that would actually be kind of tough. Peacemaker.
Peacemaker.
Thank
there
you.
we go.
Thank you.
And that's but that's exactly my point on that whole thing, right? Because Peacemaker kind of went the boys route.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I feel like DC should 100% go that route. We've talked about that all the
Yeah.
time. DC needs to jump in that lane, and I think with now with James Gunn no longer doing anything for the MCU once Guardians of the Galaxy is complete.
Is that true?
I believe so. I believe he's mentioned that he is no longer doing anything with the MCU once that is complete, because that is what he was attached to. But he is obviously now working with DC after Suicide Squad, after Peacemaker and all of that. He is working heavily with DC. Now, if they base that on his world and he has to oversee everything from here on out, I'm behind that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fuck yeah.
I'm behind that. Because he actually did that with Peacemaker. And he and in a very awesome way, he always takes characters that you know nothing about and makes you fucking love them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew shit about Guardians of the Galaxy.
It's a special talent.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that it goes that route, because we will see more shows on the DC end of things that are more like The Boys. Minus the satire, but he just brings that humor and all of that shit in there. So I'm hoping that we can get something like that on DC's side. I don't think we'll ever see that on the MCU side, especially because it's owned by Disney.
Yeah.
And Disney is just not gonna play.
They're very prude.
Yeah. Hopefully Deadpool opens their eyes to the money that could be made with all of that, and other shows. Because I'm not even looking forward to the new Daredevil in that sense. I just feel like not that it won't be good. I just feel like it won't be as good as
everything else was.
It won't be as good as the last one, the last series, and I'm just it's gonna be irritating to watch. But I'm hoping that it's not.
Kind of fell off around like season 3.
I'm only thinking about season 1.
Agreed. Yeah.
Like,
it's not going to be as good as season 1.
No. Give me those hallway scenes. If they don't do the hallway fight scenes, I don't want it.
They'll just be less violent. There'll just be hard punches you'll hear landing with no blood.
But I don't know that you'll really notice.
Probably not.
Do you typically notice that? Unless I don't typically ever, because I in the conversations of people complaining about Disney shows being like not as much violent or the shit that they're taking away. 90% of the time, I'll say, maybe 80% of the time, I just really don't even know. I notice when it's bloodier and it's a Disney show. I'm like, oh, Disney went a little bloodier this time. But when it lacks the bloodiness, I still see bodies fly around the room, people flying through objects, getting their asses whooped. As long as they're, consistently doing that where I feel the rage and it's not like, a proton beam pushing somebody, right? But there's an actual like rage moment.
Right.
That speaks more loudly to me than, blood spattering on the screen.
Yeah, I don't care about the blood. I just care about the action. Like, give us some action. We don't have to deal with any backstories when it comes to, especially Daredevil. Like, we've already seen all that. Like, give it that, skip all that bullshit.
Oh, he definitely don't need a backstory.
No. He doesn't. But
it's
who
continuing, right? Or we don't know yet.
It has nothing to do with the last show.
Oh.
So that's all we know. It's a reboot.
Soft
I guess now soft reboot because Charlie Cox is attached. But
you think he's gonna show up in She-Hulk?
I don't think so. But then again, I'm
I saw something in a NR video.
I try not to do that anymore.
Can't remember when it was, but there was something it wasn't about She-Hulk, but it was about I think it was about the Thor Love and Thunder trailer, maybe. It was something else that just recently was announced. And he made this like wild ass connection about because this person is in this series and they're attached to this show or this movie.
Yeah, but they always
makes
do that.
even more sense on how they're gonna circle in and Charlie Cox represent. Maybe it was actually, I think it might have been the Miss Marvel breakdown for episode 2, where somebody in the Miss Marvel universe is somehow, or in the Miss Marvel show is somehow connected to the legal world, or gets represented by Charlie Cox as well, or Matt Murdock rather as well. and so like that's gonna be a way that we'll see them all in the Marvels, but that leads more credence to believe that Matt Murdock will show up in She-Hulk since they're both lawyers.
I don't think so. I think I especially with like NR, they've been the ones who've been screaming Mephisto and coming up with all of these things.
Mephisto is always they're gonna be their downfall, but he's also got like a lot of wins. I
don't know. I guess
they got a lot of accurate shit.
I guess I'm at the point now where it's like if that happens, awesome. I want to be surprised by it, and if I don't want to be let down by the fact that he does not.
Agreed. Yeah.
So, and another thing that he pointed out, the fact that in She-Hulk she's wearing a shirt with the same Hawaiian tiki place where we last saw Venom, and he disappeared, and the symbiote stayed.
Oh,
and
really?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
And she's sitting at a bar in the same spot, like showing it wasn't the same bartender, but it showed like the scenery. They noticed that is the same thing, and it's like I highly doubt we're gonna see Venom either. So
maybe not Venom, but maybe that little symbiote goes bloop 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 across the fucking bar and attaches to her.
Yeah, maybe, or just jumps in her bag,
hides
and
in her purse. Yeah.
Right. So I don't. Who knows? We don't know. We don't know how it's all gonna end up. But this is a good segue for my next one because Kevin Feige came out and he teased the MCU's Phase 5.
Oh, I saw like a brief thing about this.
Yeah,
Tell me more, because I saw it. I was like, I bet Walker's gonna talk about this shit
for sure. And this is a direct quote from him. He says, as we are nearing the end of Phase 4, I think people will start to see where this next saga is going. And that he said in an exclusive.
We're ending Phase 4 already?
Yeah. In an exclusive with Total Film. Yeah, exactly. He's
Damn, what was this, a year-long phase?
I want to say Phase 4 is ending maybe with Ant-Man.
Yeah, that's true.
That's Phase 4.
I think Phase 4 started after Infinity War, right?
Yeah.
There's been like a good 6 movies.
Word. And a bunch of shows. And then he went on to say, I think there have been many clues already that are at least apparent to me of where this whole saga is going, but we'll be a little bit more direct about the saga, or we'll be a little bit more direct about that in the coming months to set a plan so audiences who want to see the bigger picture can see a tiny, tiny, tiny bit more of the roadmap. So assumptions are now that Comic-Con is coming up in, I want to say in July. I think it's SDCC. That there may be something announced there, or
what kind of thing is that to say?
Nah, I think they said it for D23.
Might be apparent to him, the guy that laid out the entire fucking all phases of Marvel. Like, what the fuck is that?
I mean, everyone's been.
Of course it is. You fucking approved it and wrote it.
Well,
and
yeah.
You know what the fuck you're looking for. What the fuck would we know that?
I mean, but either way, it's apparent to him because he's obviously knows the path.
It's the author.
But he's not the author, actually. He just
I mean, like, you know.
But it's been apparent to a lot of people.
They run it all by
everyone
him.
thinks that
Everything.
everyone thinks that this saga is leading towards Secret Wars. So yeah, it's been apparent to a bunch of people that this is where it's going, and I think some of the clues are the fact that, you know, with the scrolls and all of that stuff has been leading.
We got Secret Invasion coming.
Yeah, we have Secret Invasion coming down. So I think those are the little hints that, yeah, you don't see them as, you know, for you and I who are not.
We're not even casual viewers. I mean, if we don't see it, casual viewers definitely don't see it. So who the fuck is...
Yeah, but we're also
this?
not comic book nerds
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's a very,
notice these little hints.
There's a very niche group of people that may have picked up the hints. He made it sound like, oh... I know you guys know where we're going.
No, he said that there are some hints going out there, and if you catch them, you catch them. You know, they're apparent to him because he knows.
That's why I watch
but when you
Rockstars,
catch them, you catch them. You know, but if you don't,
I'm sure
then
they'll
you'll
catch
be you'll have an idea of where this is going.
Yeah, I wish I had an idea. I'd be curious.
I mean, we'll in a couple of months we'll see. So that's exciting for sure. Also, we know that Taika, our boy Taika Waititi, is in charge.
Pod.
Yeah, he's in charge of the next Star Wars trilogy.
Man, that's big.
and
Dude.
that
That's
is-
a lot on your shoulders.
Yeah, and that's super fucking exciting. But I honestly thought that he was interviewed recently, and I thought it sounded dope.
Oh,
what
yeah.
he had to say. So he said that. Let me see. It says that. I guess he's been criticized. It says during an interview with Games Radar, director Taika Waititi criticized the Star Wars universe for not telling new stories, and he was quoted as saying, "Look, I think for the Star Wars universe to expand, it has to expand. I don't think that I'm any use in the Star Wars universe making a film where everyone's like, oh, great. Well, that's the blueprints to the Millennium Falcon. Oh, that's Chewbacca's grandmother. I would like to take something new and create something new with new characters and just expand the world. Otherwise, it feels like it's a very small story." So he is very in line with giving us a trilogy that has nothing to do with anything that is already familiar in Star Wars. He wants to do brand new
What do we
characters, brand new
have
stories.
Of Taika Waititi that is original content. Original.
What do you mean?
Not using established characters.
Is the one with the little kid and ScarJo, the Nazi, the rabbit, Jojo Rabbit? Was
You're
that
talking
ever
about like in
OG?
general or him being attached to?
Because he's talking about not using any known characters
Sure.
and creating wholly original content that just lives inside the Star Wars universe. And I'm just now thinking, I've loved him as a director, but I'm wondering if there's anything that I've ever seen him do that he originated the content for. Like, he created stories with established characters.
What We
Yeah.
Do in the Shadows was
Yeah.
all Taika.
That's all Taika.
Those characters, that storyline.
Isn't that what's his
It's
face?
Taika and Jermaine.
It's both of
Jermaine
them.
Clemens.
Is
Yeah.
both of them
Jermaine
together?
Clement.
Jermaine?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jermaine Clement.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was Jermaine Clement's thing, and Taika was just a part of it.
Did you want to? Okay, so as far as movies he's produced, what is it? Let me see. Reservation Dogs. That is
That's
a
a
new.
show. That
yeah,
is
that's a
original
show.
content.
That's
That's a show,
original
but
content.
I've seen it. It's all right. I
I've
wasn't
never
a
seen
huge
it.
fan.
A lot of people were praising it. It's just not for me either. What We Do in the Shadows, Jojo Rabbit was great. Let me see.
Jojo Rabbit might be original.
Let's see. I think it is original.
There was another quote I saw from Taika about Star Wars 2 where he was also...
I'm not a huge fan of the pirate thing that he's doing.
I haven't seen that yet.
We
Like,
come,
I've
our
never-
flags mean death. I seen like 3 or 4 episodes, and I was just
Yeah.
like,
He's a writer.
I
He
like
was a
Reese
writer
Darby.
on.
okay, but
Reese Darby
I
is
wasn't.
really...
He was a writer
Really
on Flight
funny.
of the Conchords too.
Oh, that's, yeah, Flight of
Yeah,
the
so he's
Conchords.
Oh, okay.
he's a part of all of those folks.
I saw a Taika quote about Star Wars that pretty much
makes sense.
said that he, in that same vein, like although he wanted new characters and new stories, he knew that there were certain beats that he needed to hit to make sure that it felt like Star Wars. He's aware of
Okay.
Yeah,
the Star Wars movies, and it's still gonna feel like a Star Wars according to him.
sure.
But it's not gonna be like you said, Chewbacca's grandma. Like it'll feel like it, but it won't necessarily be recognized like
And
it.
I
Which is awesome.
honestly, I think I did not question the feeling of him not knowing the feeling of Star Wars.
Right.
With the episodes he has directed in like Mando and things of
Yeah.
that sort. I think that he shines so much more when he is not bound to something very specific. So, and I think they gave him the chance to do that with Thor Ragnarok, because what they had with Thor wasn't hitting. You know what I mean? So I think even though those characters are known now, and by the time he entered for Ragnarok, it was known, but it's still...
Yeah, but even that whole story was just Planet Hulk. Like, that was...
Yeah, but...
That wasn't necessarily new original. That's why I was questioning, but y'all gave me some good ones.
Yeah, but I think in the Star Wars universe, as long as he knows what the universe is, the fact that he is not bound by those stories, I think he would creatively come up with some dope ass fucking content,
like an auteur of sorts. Maybe he doesn't have the resume of a Scorsese or a Tarantino or something like that, but I feel like he puts his own touch and his own spin on the shit that he makes. And he can put that on anything. Like, you could throw him in. He could make a Lego movie, and I bet it would fucking be sick. Just because of who he is and how he thinks and how he writes and his processes. Like, it doesn't matter where you put him. I think he can take that auteur feeling and put it towards whatever. So I feel like we're in good hands still.
Yeah, I agree.
What else we got, Hollywood?
I thought Johnny was going to come back with something. So have either of you had the opportunity to watch Top Gun?
No.
The latest Top Gun? So many people have been ranting and raving about it. I know one dude that online, he's seen it like 3 or 4 times. Is one guy that I talked to. A lot of people are very big fans of the original, and I hear that they pulled off an 80s movie, that it still feels very much like or it has the feeling of the original, but it's such a badass movie, and they made it an 80s movie in current times is what
that's impressive.
Say. Yeah, and a lot I mean a
Bill
lot
and
of people
Ted, Bill and Ted couldn't do that.
No, they couldn't. Whole different type of movie too, but
90s movie though, right?
No, I mean the first one came out in the 80s.
Yeah, it was late 80s, I want to say.
88,
mid
89.
to 8, yeah. But either way, a lot of people agree because Top Gun 2 flew past $800 million at the box office, becoming Tom Cruise's biggest movie ever.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's saying something.
Word.
For Tom Cruise, dude. That's, yeah.
Right after a pandemic. They shelled out $80 million. I'm sorry, $800 million.
800.
$800 million in box office sales to date. So my girl really wants to watch it. I'm probably going to end up going to watch that. I'm down for it. I've never seen the original. I still have to watch it.
I was going to say, I feel like you should watch that first.
I definitely have to, so I know what the characters. Yeah,
just to appreciate it more. Right?
Well,
I'm sure it would be a good
No,
movie
I
if you
think
just
there's
went
a lot
into
of
it.
reference.
Yeah, there's a lot of
There
reference.
is, but I
available.
still feel like it would be a good, solid movie on its own had you not seen any of that. Like
It's
the way
not that
it's
long of a
formatted.
movie either.
Oh, nice. Like
It's
hour
it's
45 or what?
80s.
Which the
It's
80s
80s,
times, that's like 90 minutes tops in the 80s, bro. Like there wasn't
Let's see
super
what the
long
runtime
movies back then.
is. Oh, I did it.
I'm gonna say
It's actually it's
What is it?
150,
okay, it's almost 2. That's a normal. That's
but
not
still
even
under 2 hours.
Yeah, that's
And that's 150.
not common nowadays.
Full credits. So you're probably
yeah,
getting
135.
and there's no mid-credit scenes you're sitting through. So
Right.
that we
probably
know
like
of.
140.
Do you remember those
142.
days where you could just leave when the movie was done? You could just get up and walk out, bro. That was
I
such
can't remember the last movie that I saw in the
don't.
theater that I walked
only
out
go
from
to
the
see movies
theaters.
that have fucking end credits in them.
That's
so
true.
like I'm like,
So
oh, here we
fucking
go.
sad.
The fucking French director.
Marvel started
and the
that, right?
Chinese- I mean, more or less. I mean, to
I
the
think
fact
so,
where
yeah.
you got to stay there. Like
To the
that
point
wasn't
where
a
you
thing.
have to-
I won't say
wanna
they-
know.
They were the first, but they started the trend.
Yeah.
Where you want to know what's
Right.
coming next.
I think
You
it was
know?
the first Iron Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the end of the first Iron Man, when he meets with Nick Cage, and he tells him he wants to join the Avengers Initiative or whatever.
The
That
balls
was
to
the
do
end of
something
the
like
first Iron
that
Man.
back then when no one's even thinking about saying how many people probably missed that in the theater because like that
ton.
wasn't a thing. Everybody
It was
fucking missed.
actually a
There's
thing.
no way.
I think they did it because the internet was not the same back then either. It was like 2008, right?
Yeah.
2007.
Yep.
So I think they did it to get people to go watch the movie a second time. Like you would hear about it from your friend, and you probably didn't see a clip online. I don't know. Maybe you did, but I don't think so.
It took a little bit.
And
to
if you
load,
did,
maybe.
if you did see a clip online, it was like somebody recording it on their fucking flip phone, because smartphones weren't even popular that back then.
Right.
So it was shitty. And so you would have to go back to the theater to watch it a second time just to catch the fucking end credit scene.
Damn.
And it worked.
Did for sure.
Yeah. And we have to wait for it. It still surprises me when people get up immediately after the movie
That's
ends.
how I
and I'm
know
just like,
they're bullshit fans. I'm
yeah,
like, oh
it's
yeah,
just
you're
like,
just
oh,
fucking
you're
whatever.
just here to watch.
Yeah, having a good time, huh?
Have you never been to one of these before?
Yeah.
Although I did get up. Let's see. What was the last one I saw? The Doctor Strange. Yeah. So like, you know how it had 2 post-credit scenes. Spoiler alert! If you haven't seen this, yes, there's 2. There's a mid-credit scene and a post-credit scene, and the post-credit scene was inconsequential to anything. So when I saw it the second time,
You just bounce.
like after the mid-credit scene, that Charlize Theron shows up, I got up, and I was kind of like trying to say it a little louder to Joyce. I was like, we could go because that last post-credit scene doesn't mean anything. And it's totally
just so
pointless.
they don't think you're a bitch. Like,
Right.
oh, look at this bitch getting up. You don't know.
This bitch thinks it's over. He don't know that there's
You
another
don't know.
one.
You're about to miss it.
That's always me in my
I
head.
think I said it like 2 or 3 times as I was leaving.
Bye,
I
hater.
just wanted
Getting
everybody to
louder
know.
each time.
I know. I already
I
seen
know.
this shit.
I seen it. She's yelled, Charlize Theron.
No, I stayed for that one.
He's like, oh no, I stayed for that one.
I didn't want to watch the what is Bill Thompson?
Mm.
No. What's his name?
Who was at the very end?
His Sam Raimi's boy, Bill from from
Bruce.
Evil Dead.
Oh, yeah.
Bruce.
I hate those.
I don't remember his
I
last
hate
name.
the fact that was
Right?
Yeah.
that
B
was an
name.
end credit.
It's definitely Bruce.
Yeah,
like it-
Bruce
like-
something.
Like I get it.
Yeah, but I didn't like it.
I get that was a nice nod to
It's like an inside
whatever.
joke with
Yeah, an
that.
inside joke.
Inside
Like,
joke. But I waited fucking 3.5 minutes to
Longer,
watch
bro.
that.
Those take forever. I feel like it takes
Yeah.
forever, and it's hard. I watch those movies late, so it's like 12:15 a.m. and I gotta wait for the fucking all the language credits to go through before I
Right.
see fucking Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, Bruce Campbell.
Campbell. There you
Fuck
go.
him.
Well done.
Yeah, just be like, hey, stop.
Trivia
Get the
Dave.
Fuck out of here, bro. We're trying to see what's in the next one.
Right.
I don't want to see
Right.
that bullshit. Which, by the way, yeah, it was good.
Bill
It was a good
Thompson.
time.
Who the
It was
fuck is
fun.
Bill Thompson.
It was a good time, right? Multiverse of Madness was a good time, but yeah,
Yeah,
Sam Raimi, no,
Get
don't-
fucked.
Yeah,
I pass.
don't- Yeah, let's not do that again. Let me see here. What else do I have? Oh yeah. Before we leave that conversation of the MCU, fucking I just read an article that dropped like 3 hours ago on Screen Rant saying that apparently Christian Bale had no idea what the MCU was prior to playing
I saw
for the
that.
God
I
Butcher,
saw
and
that
I'm
on
like, is
Twitter
that like
this
really?
morning. I
Like,
believe
really,
that.
or are
I
you
believe
just
that.
trolling it?
No, I believe that 100%.
Yeah.
Someone like that's so disconnected from the way that real people live and consume media, probably. That does not surprise me at all. A lot of these actors that go in,
I want to know.
they have
what
no
he said.
idea about source material. So somebody
I have it right here.
tweeted that. Oh yeah, no, go.
No,
for
no.
it if you got it.
The quote from him was just the fact that he said they asked him something about like how he felt when that happened. He said, I read that and people would go, oh, look at this, he's entered the MCU, and I'd go, I've done what? Like, I haven't entered shit. Thank you very much. I'm like, the MCU. I had to ask what that was. Like, literally, he's just saying like he didn't know that the MCU, like, or maybe that it was referred to as the MCU,
Right.
or anything like that.
So
That's
yeah,
viable,
I
right?
could-
That's plausible.
So he's got to be aware that there are many Marvel movies
I'm sure he is.
but he's probably not aware that they all completely connect since
Yeah, and it's a Marvel Cinematic
the original.
Universe.
Yeah,
Right.
maybe I could kind of believe that.
Right. It's not like he
it's
didn't
just what
know
you
that
said.
the universe
It's
exists.
just
He
tough.
has to know that
Yeah.
Disney has been making these blockbuster movies for the last 20 years.
And he also
Right.
has to know that they're all
15
connected
years.
too. Like, there, you know what I mean?
It's a random acronym that he probably just saw
Yeah.
in his rich Christian Bale. Like,
Yeah,
he
I
doesn't give
guess.
a fuck about that, dude. Like,
Yeah.
that doesn't
it
surprise
just
me.
it,
at
it
all.
was just the fact that literally like everyone has heard of the MCU,
right.
and the fact that he is in Hollywood, like he's
the fact
in
that he's Hollywood and he's
yeah,
saying
the
he
fact that
doesn't-
he's
yeah, I
Hollywood
agree,
and
yeah.
has never heard of MCU and tied that to think it's like Marvel or anything like that. I don't know. He also doesn't. He also strikes me as someone who would
I mean, yeah, you don't
not
see
want to
him-
know
him-
shit like that. You'd be like, what? What
He's
is
not
that?
Because I-
tweeting.
yeah.
You don't see
What's
his
the MCU?
Instagram
I don't-
stories.
I
Like,
don't
It
know.
does, yeah, it does seem a little. Maybe he's just pandering for the media.
Yeah.
Why
He's like,
though?
"What?
Christian
What's-
Bale
My
doesn't.
dad has
he
seen
doesn't have to
very
give a
much
fuck.
every MCU movie, but he don't know that they're all connected.
Exactly. If I told my dad,
But
"Hey,
that's
what's
my
the MCU?"
dad.
He'd be like,
Yeah,
I'm
but your
not putting
dad doesn't
Christian
work
Bale
in-
at the level of my dad.
Your dad does not work for in Hollywood in any way.
"How do you know?"
That's
my
what
dad
I'm
does?
saying. I can't put Christian
Rochester,
Bale
cuz.
like. I can understand my dad not knowing that. I could not understand Christian Bale not knowing that these
Yeah.
movies don't even.
If Martin Scorsese is
Or
over here and
just-
saying, "Oh, these Marvel is in superhero movies,
Right.
they're ruining cinema because of,"
He could not
he
even
probably
have
just
had.
doesn't know the acronym.
Yeah, I was gonna say he could have not had any context. You just see like, oh, Johnny enters the DYZ. You're like, what the fuck is the DYZ? I don't know what the fuck that like.
What's
That's
the DYZ?
nothing. I just made that bullshit up for effect. And he's like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck that is. Like that's a random acronym to throw out. And for people that are making movies and secluded away, filming and doing God knows what, and Christian Bale does not have a social media presence, so I don't imagine him
Well,
browsing Twitter all day.
Dave is about to enter the PBU, the prison bitch universe. I still can't understand why you would be okay with being a prison bitch. That's okay. I love you still. You're my guy. That mustache makes so much sense now.
Good. Let's move on.
I love you, Dave. He's upset now. Sorry. I'm sorry that I brought it back. Let's do it. Let's see. What else do I have? Jon Snow. Jon Snow is returning for Game of Thrones in a sequel series on HBO. Who the fuck wants to see Jon Snow in his own series on HBO? But apparently enough people where we are getting a new show.
I don't think we're gonna see it. I don't think it's gonna see the light of day.
You don't think it's gonna air? You don't think it's gonna record?
I don't think it's gonna film. It might. Maybe there's a script that gets kicked. I don't think anything's gonna come of it. There was another Game of Thrones series that they fucking nixed not too long ago. within the
But we
last
are
year.
getting another the
We
Dragon
got, like,
House of Dragons.
2 or
Right?
3. We're getting House of Dragon is done.
Yeah.
The first season.
Yeah.
And there's 2 more shows. I think 2 or 3 more shows besides this Jon Snow show
Yeah.
that are greenlit.
Greenlit.
I would want to see the Arya story more.
What was
She was-
canceled though? Something Game of Thrones was going to come out. Everyone was stoked for it, and then they're like, "Nah, it's not happening."
I forgot.
There was one. I do remember. They did axe one. I can't remember which one it was.
I feel like I was
But
hyped
I did
for
see
it, too.
that there was.
I
they're
thought
doing
it for whatever
The
reason.
one
I thought it was
the
a
only
House
one
of
I can
Dragons one.
remember right now is the Dunk and Egg one. They're gonna do one for the Dunk and Egg show for the Dunk and Egg series.
I don't remember that.
But I can't remember what the other 2 are.
It was hold on, it's loading a shitty internet here. HBO cancels Game of Thrones prequel starring Naomi Watts.
Oh, it was just a general prequel to Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
It wasn't specific to like
It's not full
Khaleesi's family. Because the one that's coming out is what?
Khaleesi's family.
Okay, it is.
Yeah,
Khaleesi.
that's the
Okay.
one.
But it's like 200 years before.
This
That's
one.
tough. That's tough.
Yeah. No, I think they did end up going, because this one says a second Game of Thrones prequel project focusing on the Targaryen. Okay, so yeah, it was just a regular prequel, and then a second one was announced, which based on
Focused
the
on the
Targaryen
Targaryen.
Civil War, which is what we have with House of Dragons that's coming out. The death of Game of Thrones. Yeah, so yeah, there was another one, but probably just didn't get. Who is Naomi Watts?
Just the hot chick from Kong,
She's
King Kong movie
Yeah, that's
with Adrian Brody, the Adrian Brody one.
yeah, that's exactly who I thought. Yeah,
I don't know her from anywhere
So
else.
10,000 Ships is a show coming.
She was also
10,000
in The
shits?
Ring or some shit like that.
Yep, 10,000 Ships. Then
10,000
there's
ships.
9 Voyages / the Sea Snake. So that's some like boat movie. Then there's the Tales of Dunk and Egg, which
All of that shit
is
sounds
based on
boring
a
as fuck.
Yeah.
little that's based on a series.
These are all coming?
Yeah.
I don't believe that. I don't think that's gonna
And
happen.
then
Jon
the,
Snow was probably the least. Like they could have. They
the
could
one
have.
about Jon Snow, Return of the Bastard.
They could have done something.
That's not the name of it.
I thought it was. That'd be dope.
If Jon Snow's story was more compelling, which they were always leading. They were always trying to make it seem like this was going to go somewhere epic with Jon Snow. And when it didn't get there, that ship has fucking sailed. Nobody gives a shit about Jon Snow. He pussied out. Arya Snow is the one who he did, man. Arya Stark is the one who fucking, killed the what's his name?
King.
The Night King. She had such an interesting story arc with the being trained by the man with no face or whatever that shit is called. It's been so long, but with all of that and just being trained as a skilled assassin, and her story arc was just so fucking dope that I would love to see
I would've
where
preferred
she
to see
goes
that.
afterward. I would be way more hyped about that than seeing anything with Jon Snow.
Jon Snow.
Or any of those, the ones that Johnny talked about. Just
They
now.
just
Those
all sound
sound
boring. I don't even
insufferable.
I don't even know what the
I don't
fuck
know.
they are.
I don't know anything about these stories, but I would say that on the first two that I mentioned, the 10,000 Ships and the 9 Voyages, they both are super hyped. Like, there's mad hype around both of those.
Damn. I'm out of touch with the Game of Thrones community.
Yeah.
Apparently.
As soon as it ended.
I mean,
As soon as it
you're
ended.
in book nerd category.
Yeah.
Not even comic book. You're book nerd.
Oh, Jesus. That's very far from my comfort zone.
Yeah.
Are these all based on the same fucking book?
On the
Or
series.
the book series? It ventured off that much?
He just wrote so much, bro. These books were so fucking thick that they only followed he would write like these extra
Bibles.
like paragraphs, and he would mention things that would add to the story. That's why people are able to do these fucking breakdowns of the families and trace them back thousands of years. It's not because he wrote a timeline. It's because he would write about things that happened
That never
thousands of years ago that were never introduced in Game of Thrones.
That's crazy, though, to be able to write like that, to have control over something like that.
That's
dope.
some fucking Asimov shit, bro. Like, that's some straight, like, write without, end.
Yeah.
That's gift. That's gift. Especially and to keep track of all of that.
Yeah,
And to
there's
like
no
have
way.
an actual
No way.
You've created another universe.
Yeah. That people care about. People are dedicating their lives and their time to a universe that
wild.
he created.
You know how many different people created the Marvel universe?
Kevin
just
Feige.
had-
A shit ton.
No, I'm not talking about the cinematic. I'm talking about the shit that it's based off of. You know?
No, I know. A
Comic book
shit ton
lore.
of years.
There's so many
A lot.
different writers over so many years. To just have one person create all this
Right.
one story. It's
That's
pretty dope.
Who was the writer of that? George R.R. Martin.
George R.R. Martin, yeah.
Let's see. George R.R. Martin. How old is this man?
He's got to be in his 80s. Right? He looks like an
73.
I think
Okay.
he's 70. Yeah, he's not even that old. People were writing him off like he might die before he ends off the series.
I mean,
He looks old.
he might just because
he looks
he's
old and
taken
he
so
does not
fucking
look.
long to
He
finish
doesn't look
it,
healthy.
Yeah, he doesn't look like he lives a healthy lifestyle. he doesn't.
But
He
he's
doesn't.
over
He
here
doesn't
writing
close
so
his
many other
rings.
things. He wrote another whole fucking series. He wrote. He wrote another book, and he wrote this fucking Elden Ring. He wrote the whole fucking
Oh, he
story
wrote the
for
Elden
Damn,
Ring
he wrote
too?
Elden Ring, like the
Yeah.
game. The game, Elden Ring.
He wrote that shit.
Damn, I didn't know that.
So
That's
here,
one of the
this is
reasons
right. This is
people
why I was
say
thinking.
it's so fucking dope.
This is why I'm thinking like, well, like it's wild because he's written all of these things. He's 73. Game of Thrones probably took him a long time to write. That released in 96. Like he's given a large chunk of his life towards this, and he didn't reap the benefits until that show come out. Really, till that show came out.
Yeah.
and now in his like maybe
Now he
late
can pull those
60s,
bitches.
early
It was like
70s, he's
63
reaping the
when
benefits.
he became super famous.
Damn.
Like holy shit. You just have to be writing just to write because I'm assuming he didn't quit his job to do that.
Probably not.
Not after
I don't
we know what we do.
I think no, he's been writing for a while, so because he had other stories that he wrote like in the 80s and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure, but
So I mean, he was a published author. He's getting paid.
that's true.
Yeah, making a living, at least enough to not have to like work at
Yeah,
Wegmans or some shit, like stocking
Exactly.
shelves.
Yeah, I guess
maybe he was
70
like a bus driver to collect benefits.
he
There you
has
go.
he has books that released in like 77. I think
Yeah.
that's the oldest I've seen so far. And
Once
throughout the
you're like
80s.
a published author and you get those advance checks, you could basically give up on the 9 to 5.
Yeah, I guess.
It's nice.
Especially back then, where they were.
I think that's
It's not like you were easily self-publishing, you know.
right. Yeah, I think back then it was completely different. But yeah, he has a number of books that were releasing steadily from the 70s, 80s into the 90s. But the only one he's really popular for is Game of Thrones.
The HBO
it.
series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've just never heard of him. But
Yeah. No, same.
all right. So do we have anything else to add to this stellar conversation, fellas?
Only that
Oh,
I choose not to be as much of a prison bitch as Dave.
Who knows
fair.
if it was real life? Who knows what my decisions would be?
We don't know.
I just won't tell you, you fuckers.
you won't tell us all the gay shit. I'll know. If you ever get out of prison, I'll know how much fucking
yo,
you were
bro.
doing in there, bro.
I'd be telling all this like, yo, man, he was about to shank me. So then I caught him. I grabbed his hand. And then I shanked him first because I took it out. Like I'd be saying all kind of dumbass fucking shit. It's
Prison
just like,
stories. All right. It will just be like,
But
oh,
I grabbed his
just
hand, but it was his dick.
but I kept letting go of it and then grabbing it and then letting go of it and then grabbing it and I wasn't sure. And then he let me go. He let me go after that. I didn't know.
He let me go.
yeah. By then somebody pulled me off, and yeah, it was just done
And I
after
got
that.
stabbed. I must have got stabbed because my shirt was all wet.
My ass was bleeding. I must have got stabbed in my ass real quick.
Knowing how everything is too right now is just like, oh really? So I downloaded all of your court papers, and it says here that you were
Word.
says here you were treated for
Anal fucking tearing.
yeah, anal tearing. He's like, oh yeah,
shit.
that was that one time.
Talk about 16-inch
That one
circumference. They had
time.
measurements.
That was that one time I sat on a
A pine cone.
sat on a pine cone. It was a mistake. That
That's my bad. I
They
was
had
drunk.
us outside working.
I was drinking that prison wine. I don't even know.
oh man, people be wilding.
You guys
Wildin'.
are hilarious.
All right, since
Thanks for adding that, Johnny. That was a good that was a good way to end.
if anybody makes it there. All right, guys, thank you so much for making it this far into the episode. Remember, if you enjoyed our content, please share with your friends and family. Have them rate, review, subscribe to the podcast if they are fans or if you think they would be fans of the show as well. Remember, if you are watching us on YouTube, please hit that like button, subscribe to the podcast, and share that with friends and family as well. And if you want some merch, you want to stay drippy with Drippy and rep the pod on the street, please go to insensitivemerch.com and cop some gear. Other than that, please follow us on IG. We love you. Peace.
Peace.